Robert Haley stars as Charlie McMahon in Life Like Dust.
Telling you, McMahon, I didn't plant that bomb. I'm innocent.
You got explosives training in the Army.
You don't need military training to build a car bomb.
Was dynamite stolen from a construction site down the street from your job?
And there was powder residue in the trunk of your car.
It's a setup, all of it.
What do you think, Charlie?
I think we've got physical evidence, and he's got motive, opportunity, and no alibi.
I told you, I was at the car pound all night.
Then why didn't you punch your watch clock?
I did.
No, you didn't. We checked the time cards.
I punched in every half hour, clocks 1 through 5. By the book, okay?
But the clock said different.
I can't explain that.
Right.
You knew Gordy killed your wife.
He didn't kill Penny.
He confessed.
To the chief of police, who was in on it.
Why did you drag me down here to listen to this lame crap?
Keep talking, Terry.
Look, Penny stole the chief's badge, right? A stripper steal his badge during a private show at Station 41. If that story comes out, he looks real bad. Gordy was just a go-between.
Yeah, until he killed your wife.
I'm telling you, it wasn't him.
It was Chief Bartlett.
It was Tran.
Who?
Gordy came by looking for the badge. He was furious. We were going to give it back, but it got lost. He thought we were holding out. Said he was going to go to the chief. The next day, this guy Tran shows up.
Tell him about Tran.
Oriental, with a younger guy, Henry. They said the chief wanted his badge. Started roughing me up. Penny had a temper. And a gun.
Penny had a gun?
Well, for protection. I can't be around all the time, eh? So she pulled it on Tran and put it up to his head and backed them both out of the apartment.
Nothing those guys hate worse than losing face.
That's deep.
Oh, it's true. I was freaked. So I called Gordy.
So he knew this Tran guy?
Yeah, but he sounded surprised. Said he'd call him off, so I went to work. That night, Penny got her head smashed in.
By Tran, who was working for the chief. Nobody's gonna believe this, Kirk.
Maybe, but it will sure pull down some headlines. And we both know Tran exists.
You know him?
Full name, Tran New. Him and Gordy were pals. But him and the chief, I don't know. So explain how Klein pulled Tran New's name out of a hat.
He did some research. Found New's name in a story about Gordy's Big Circle Boys bust?
That, or this Asian wild card actually killed Gordy. And Penny Klein.
On orders from the chief.
I know it's stupid, but I want you to follow it up.
I thought you said you can't use me anymore.
In the future. This case is ongoing. We're both involved, and I'm too close to the chief not to get splattered. So?
I'm not playing police politics anymore. For you or the chief.
Come on, Charlie.
Sorry. I did you a favor coming in for this, but I've got a clock shop to run. And you know what? I kind of like the peace and quiet.
Charlie?
Hi, Betty. I'm sorry. I know it's late, but I was just out walking and your lights were on.
What's the matter, Charlie?
I've got trouble.
You want to talk?
Yes.
Come in, then. I'll put on some tea. Milk and sugar?
No, this is fine, thanks.
Now, what is the problem, Charlie?
It's just that a couple of weeks ago I helped Kirk McPhee with a case. A car bombing involving a police officer.
I remember. A nasty business.
It was. A revenge killing. The dead officer had murdered a stripper. Anyway, this afternoon, Kirk asked me to meet with the guy we arrested, Terry Klein. Terry claimed he's innocent and told me a few things about the case to try and prove it. Kirk wants me to check the guy's story out.
And this troubles your conscience?
Oh, no, it's not that. Every time he's in a tight spot, Kirk comes to me. But after our last case, he said he wouldn't use me anymore, that I was becoming a political liability. Now he's back. And I'm tired of being manipulated.
Then you just turn him down, Charlie.
I did, but talking to Terry got me thinking. I was at the crime scene where this woman was murdered, and the evidence suggested that the killer was left-handed.
Yes?
Gordy Newman wasn't left-handed. It's not much, but if Gordy gone to trial, that would have come out. It would have had to be explained. Now, when your prime suspect dies, case closed.
In the paper, it said this Mr. Newman confessed to the crime.
We only have the chief's word on that. If Terry Klein is telling the truth, if he's innocent and I help convict him...
Well, somebody has to look into it.
Oh, yes, but does that somebody have to be me? Doing these investigations for Kirk, it makes me feel like... It makes me feel like a young man again, back on the job, but I'm not a young man. I'm not really a cop anymore, and I am being used. I want to investigate, but I don't trust my motives.
You are a good man, Charlie.
Well, I try to be, but...
No, you are a good man. Trust yourself. You'll do the right thing.
Thanks, Betty. It's funny, eh?
What?
Us sitting here drinking tea in the middle of the night. Feels good.
It does. Are you hungry? I've got date squares I made tonight.
Oh, no. I couldn't put you to the trouble.
Charlie McMahon.
Yeah, that would be nice.
So Tran New isn't exactly the innocent, small-time businessman you might assume.
No?
He's the president of the East Asian Council on Business.
And what does the East Asian Council on Business do when it's at home?
It gets politicians elected, including Lin Hua and Fred Como.
Both on the Metro Police Board.
Both big Bartlett supporters.
So the man's a power broker. That hardly makes him a criminal conspirator.
Connective tissue. You ever hear of a guy named Jimmy Vo?
No.
Gunned down on Gerrard Street last year. Talk in the community is the hitter was a kid from the Bui Doi.
Bui Doi?
A Vietnamese gang. His name is Henry New, Tran's nephew.
Handy thing, having a hitman in the family.
Especially if you're going to kill a cop.
Where'd you get this?
A detective in 41 Division. Andy Wong.
So, where was I?
The ACFIU?
Right, the Asian Combined Forces Investigative Unit. In 1990, every villain in Hong Kong was buying citizenship and moving to Canada. Turf wars broke out in all 3 Chinatowns. Bartlett was deputy chief. He started the unit and got Gordy appointed head. I was a natural choice for second in command, eh? The only detective they had that spoke Chinese.
Right.
A big job. You got the triads, you got the big circle boys, the Bui Doi, you got the NN5.
Where did the big circle boys fit in?
Top of the food chain until we kicked them off their perch.
And most of your evidence came from Tran New, who has Bui Doi connections.
Sure. Always seemed he knew a lot for a simple restaurateur. But of course I got a huge weakness for conspiracy theories. I blame Confucius.
We need everything you can get on Tran.
And I want to help, but I just got my first real break and I'm on probation. Computer crime has security protocols.
That never used to bother you in records.
Down in records, nobody knew I was alive. Up here, when I type Tran New, it's going to pop up on a report. There'll be questions.
Malcolm, did you design the system?
It's the kind of security we need to implement right across the board.
So you can hack it.
Keep it down, will ya? Technically speaking, it might be possible to access the system undetected, but will McPhee protect me?
He has in the past.
'Cause if I get caught, it's back to records for eternity.
So what's your point?
Okay. Meet me tonight at your shop. I'll see what I can do.
So, what'd you get?
What can I say? The force needs me. There's electronic trash bins all over the department that haven't been emptied in years. I ran Tran New's name.
I think I'm going to like this.
And?
Tran Nhu arrived in Toronto on December 22nd, 1989, direct from a refugee camp in Thailand. Thai police...
Notoriously corrupt.
Right. They reported no criminal record for him. But I took a side trip to Bangkok. You think our IT security sucks? Tran started running gambling and police graft in his camp. He prospered. By 1977, he had established a serious relationship with the Bui Doi, who were just starting to grow.
Bui Doi is run by a guy named Danny Phan.
So, New's cousin Henry works with him?
Even better, I checked with the Department of Consumer and Commercial Relations. Danny owns a piece of Saigon Pho, Tran's restaurant.
Jolene Gray. Cliff, how are you? You heard what?
Cliff?
Yeah? Charlie was involved?
Oh, no.
Cliff?
Cliff Stark.
As in Cliff Stark, head of the police union and pain in the butt first class.
No, I can't say. Well, sure, if you like. Joe's? At 8, fine.
What's he want?
He wants to talk to us about the chief's old partner, Gordy Newman.
Bonehead Bartlett is putting 25 guys who were at Gordy's retirement bash up on discipline charges. But it's going to take more than that to wipe the egg off his face.
So what's your problem?
Word around the courts is something smells in the Newman case, and the chief is involved. I figure you know what's really happening.
Nothing.
If it was nothing, you wouldn't have hustled your butt over here to deny it.
Terry Klein has come up with some bull implicating the chief in the murder. McPhee wants the speculation shut down before it hurts the department's rep.
You mean the chief's career, don't you?
Any way you want it.
Thanks, Charlie. At least I know I'm not barking up the wrong tree. This is going to get very interesting.
Mr. New? Charlie McMahon. I met you a while back. With Gordy?
Sorry. Gordy had a lot of friends come by.
That's okay.
Gordy was a good guy. I still don't believe he killed that girl.
That makes two of us. The thing is, there may have been others involved.
You are the investigating officer then?
Well, no, not really. I'm a retired officer. It's kind of difficult to explain, but...
I'm sorry, but I don't think it's proper for me to discuss an ongoing investigation with anybody but the police.
That's where I come in.
Cliff.
Cliff Stark, Toronto Police. And you're...
Tran Nhu. I own this restaurant.
The guys at 41 Division told me this was Gordy's clubhouse.
Gordy liked my noodles.
And your whiskey?
That too. What do you guys want?
Chief Bartlett ever come by with Gordy?
The chief? Never.
You sure?
I know the chief.
Yeah, you backed him heavily through the East Asian Council on Business.
The council backed him. I approved.
But you do know him personally.
We've met a couple of times. Why?
Charlie helps the chief out sometimes with sensitive matters, like his badge.
Look, I know nothing about badges. And as for Gordy Newman, I gave him free drinks and noodle soup out of gratitude. You want to call it bribing an officer? Go to it. In the meantime, I got a business to run.
Well, he's a sensitive chap, isn't he?
We shook him up pretty good, eh?
You shook us both up. What are you doing here, Cliff?
I could ask you the same thing. This guy is up to something, and so are you.
Maybe I am. And maybe you blundering around isn't going to help.
You're always covering the chief's ass for McPhee, but what if there actually
This has nothing to do with covering the chief's rear end. And S.I. McPhee is a good cop. McMahon.
Charlie, guess who just called the chief's office?
Tran Nhu?
You got it.
Wonderful. I thought we agreed to only do this in person, Malcolm.
Yeah, I know, but I just couldn't resist calling you. We're on to something, eh?
Looks like it. Cliff? Nhu called the chief.
How do you know?
Malcolm pulled down the incoming number. Malcolm?
Who are you talking to, Charlie?
Cliff Stark. He showed up at the restaurant.
Well, isn't life just a bowl of cherries?
No, life is an information highway, and it looks like Cliff's coming along for the ride.
Okay, sirrah, sirrah. See you at your place at 6.
Where in the hell is he?
He said he'd be right over.
Can't wait to see what else he turned up. Guy's a wizard.
Yeah.
Stark, I should have known you'd be behind this.
Behind what?
What is Malcolm doing monitoring the chief's line?
There must be some kind of mistake. Malcolm would never do a thing
Oh,
like...
give me a break. You can't tap the chief's line without telling me about it.
How'd they catch him?
Malcolm's rants about IT security have inspired the whole department. So now he's not the only one setting up mousetraps. What's going on?
We got Bartlett this time. That's what.
I went to see Tran New, pushed his buttons.
60 seconds later, News on the phone to Bartlett. How's that for incriminating?
Oh, that's not good.
What's going to happen to Malcolm?
He's suspended. The way this is going, I can't protect him, or any of you.
Hold on, McPhee. If you think you can threaten my membership...
You're not immune either, Stark. Union head or no, running an unauthorized investigation can still get you fired.
Don't try to bully me. I'll
You're
give you...
breaking the law! Odds are Malcolm is headed back to Record for the rest of his career. Satisfied, Charlie?
Of course not, but New...
Called the chief to tell him he was being harassed. The whole thing is suddenly very political. Aldermen, friends of Mr. New, are on the phone. MPs are huffing in the wings. Thanks a lot. Good night!
It's my own damn fault. I got cocky and they got me.
So now what?
How about we just let Kirk do his job?
You know what he'll do. Nothing.
I think Cliff's right. If we really believe the chief is involved in these killings...
Is that what we really believe? Because I'm still having trouble with the concept.
Fine. Then finish the job. Clear him. Again.
Charlie, we can't stop now. If we stop, Malcolm's finished.
If Tran's guilty, then Terry Klein's innocent. And his alibi sucks.
How come?
He claimed he's at work at the time of the murder, but the time clocks weren't punched.
Smooth move, McMahon. How'd you figure it out?
Me? I had nothing to do with it.
Really? I mean, I just figured... Clocks. You being the expert, you must have checked the evidence, right?
No. I never did.
Well, you went into the evidence lockers. I got guys out there hate the chief. They'd be more than willing to help.
Good. Don't you two do anything stupid until you hear from me.
I'll tell you one thing for sure. No way I'm going back to Records.
We've established links between Tran New and the chief, but they're all legitimate. We need more connective tissue.
Normally this is when I start hacking, but given my suspension...
Let's find Andy Wong.
Maybe we invented the noodle, but these guys... Perfeczione. Besides, now that I work in Little Italy is where I eat for free. Malcolm, try the antipasto.
You eat for free?
These are honest businessmen, grateful for the protection of an honest constabulary. I try to pay. It does no good.
Right.
Lighten up, Constable. You know, I always wonder why New got tight with Gordy. To get closer to Bartlett? New must have loved seeing Big Circle take a hit.
So New owes Bartlett, throws him his political clout. That works.
Yeah, in theory. But that's less corrupt than Andy eating a free meal.
Hey, until I help one of these guys break the law, all I'm doing is eating pasta.
Hey, what we need is cash crossing palms, right?
No way. New and Bartlett are careful men.
Then what?
Knowing Gordy, he left a will. If he and Bartlett were working together, maybe there's something in the estate. A nest egg?
That's something I can check without the department mainframe.
Sure, but first you gotta try the Carpaccio Milano. Mario, porto un carpaccio con I funghi porcini ai miei amici. A conto mio.
So, vui doi. What does it mean in Vietnamese?
In Vietnamese, life like dust.
What are you looking for, Charlie?
The watch clocks at Terry's car pound are real antiques. These cards fit inside, see? A notched card and a geared mechanism that moves the card forward. Now the watchman has to put a key into the clock and turn it. When he does that, a punch puts a hole in the card recording the time.
So the punch records when the watchman used his key.
Primitive, but it does the job. These cards were removed from Terry's clocks the day after the bombing.
No times are punched in.
Yeah, but as the card is pulled through the clock mechanism, the notches usually end up torn or frayed. In this case?
The notches on these cards? They're pristine.
Which means?
They never went through the clock. Somebody switched them.
I got a copy of Gordy's will. $100,000 is going to the chief.
Where would Gordy get that kind of money?
With a little help from the estate, we've been able to figure that out. Dividends from a Hong Kong holding company. Gordy held shares.
It's all above board.
Must be. New owns the company.
Money's been going out of Gordy's account for more than a year. Big payments to an advertising firm and Decca Research.
We talked to them. Seems like they're planning a political campaign. For Bartlett.
Kirk, did you know the chief has been building a war chest?
Yeah, for a run at the Mayoralty.
You knew about it?
Sure, and I supported it, too. How else am I ever going to get to be chief?
And Gordy was his bagman?
That's news to me, but look, Bartlett's the chief of police. Politicizing that position is unacceptable.
But if he hoped to make a credible run after retirement...
It just made sense to make sure nobody traced the funds.
Yeah, especially since they came from Tran New and Bui Doi.
Great view, great desk, great chairs.
Yeah, nothing but the best for Bartlett.
I don't care. I don't like it.
I know, sir, but given the situation, I felt it was the best course of action.
Okay, Stark, what is it this time?
Gordy Newman's will.
He's giving you $100,000.
How dare you shove your grubby little noses into my private financial affairs?
Wills are a matter of public record.
Yes, well, I just want you to know that nobody could have been more surprised by his bequest than me. I mean, where the hell would Gordy get that kind of money?
Tran New is a principal in the company generating the capital.
Well, what's that got to do with me?
They know about the campaign, sir.
All right, so I've been contemplating a move into civic politics. That's not illegal. And there's only so much a law enforcement officer can do. And given my relative popularity,
That's
I felt...
before people find out you're on Tran New's payroll.
Mr. New made donations. He is a respected member of the Asian community, and he's involved in politics, period. I'd be very careful about making any unsubstantiated charges.
Chief, no matter how you play it, the media is still going to make a meal out of this.
Yeah, well, I've had mud slung at me before.
This time it's gonna stick.
Is it? Is it? And what will I be charged with?
Conspiracy in the murders of Penny Klein and Gordon Newman.
Oh, that badge nonsense isn't going to be taken seriously.
Wanna bet?
We have a solid case against Terry Klein. Gordy killed his wife, so he killed Gordy.
That's not how Klein's going to tell it in court.
So what? He also claims that he was at work all night. But the watch clock at the car pound proves he's lying.
Actually, the evidence will show the clocks were tampered with.
What?
By the time we're done, all that's going to be left of the Crown's case is your word that Gordy confessed.
And a whole lot of ugly links between him, you, and a Vietnamese mob.
Kirk, there's got to be a way to build a firewall between this case and me. You've done it before, do it again.
Sorry, Chief, not this time. It's gone too far.
The badge. Gordy tried to protect me, and I could have protected myself. As if I cared about that one badge. But Gordy cared.
Enough to bring in New?
Yeah.
When'd you learn about links between New and organized crime?
He was an influential local businessman that Gordy got out of a mess. That's all I knew.
So, he became a political ally?
That's right. And it was years before I started hearing any rumors of relatives on the wrong side of the law or business arrangements with questionable partners. I put it down to immigrant growing pains. The truth is, I didn't look too hard.
Why would you? New was your biggest supporter.
Was it his idea to put the money offshore?
That's right. Pretty smooth setup. Till the badge incident and that stripper...
Penny Klein.
Yeah. She was threatening to call the papers, break the story. And after all the trouble I'd had this year, and with Stark out for blood...
When Penny Klein told Gordy the badge was missing, he went to New. And New went to her.
Kirk called, told me Penny had been killed. I wasn't too worried until you laid the killing on Gordy. I panicked, called New. He told me he was working on it.
So you okayed the hit?
No. Gordy was my friend. He left the restaurant, got in his car.
Did you think New did it?
Oh, maybe. But before I could decide, you'd busted Terry Klein, and that made sense too.
So you didn't look any farther?
What good would it do?
It didn't bug you, letting your partner take the blame for Penny Klein's murder?
All I wanted to do was extricate myself from any involvement with New and get on with my career. I'm good at my job. You all know that.
No. You let a killer walk to cover your ass. And you know that makes you garbage.
Kirk.
Sorry, Jim. You're going to be charged.
Cliff, come on, I've made mistakes. But I've tried. Give me that much.
What have you ever given me, Bartlett? Contempt. Back at you.
Fine. If I could have a few moments to write a letter of resignation.
Sure, Jim.
Thank you.
Let's get out of here. Give the chief his space.
Feels good.
Does it?
Oh, what's your problem, McPhee? As the arresting officer, you're going to come out of this a hero, perfectly placed to succeed the chief, especially with the wholehearted support of the union.
At least Malcolm will get his job back.
Whoopee.
Yeah, we all win. How come I got a bad taste in my mouth?
Because we win, but the force loses.
Oh, God, no.
Oh, Jim, no.
No! Somebody call an ambulance.
No, it's no use. Call the morgue. And Kirk?
Yeah, Charlie.
You'll have to call his wife.
Featured in the cast tonight, Robert Haley as Charlie McMahon, William Colgate as Kirk, Ryan Rogerson as Malcolm, Karen Glaive as Jolene, Arlene Duncan as Betty Parker, and Hardy T. Lynham as Cliff Stark. With them, you also heard Chuck Shimada as Chief Bartlett, Dee Garnett Harding as Terry Klein, Ho Oyster Chow as Tran Nu, and William Johnson as Andy Wong. The music was composed and conducted by Milan Kimlicka. The recording engineer was Wayne Richards. Sound effects were by Matt Wilcott. Colleen Woods was the associate producer. The program was produced and directed in Toronto by Bill Howell, the executive producer of The Mystery Project. I'm Bob Boving, thanking you for listening and inviting your comments. See you next week. Robert Haley stars as Charlie McMahon in Farewell to the Chief.
Anybody who knew Jim Bartlett will tell you he was a great chief of police. But he was something more important, a good cop. He was dedicated to this job and this service. Hardworking, honest, and a loyal friend. His sudden, tragic loss touches us all deeply. And I know, if he were here, what he'd want me to say is that the best way to honor him is to go out there every day and serve and protect the citizens of this great city. Goodbye, Jim. And we'll do the best we can to honor your memory. Ted! Hut!
What a performance.
It makes me sick.
Ted! Hut! Fire!
He wasn't all bad, Jolene. Nobody is.
We're giving him a hero send-off, and he was totally corrupt.
Oh, for God's sake, just let the man rest in peace.
I'd love to. But we all know what he did.
And we all agreed on what we're doing about it, you included.
Right. Nothing.
Look, Jolene, he made a big mistake and paid for it with his life. Case closed.
But the case isn't closed. It's a double homicide and we're concealing evidence. That stinks.
Seriously, how did I do?
There wasn't a dry eye in the house.
Great, because that's what we're going to need to pull this off.
Yeah, well, like they say, best to strike while the iron is hot. I only got one worry.
What?
Jolene. She hates the whitewash.
Yeah, well, I'll worry about that. You just take care of business.
Fine. Talk to you later.
You ever shoot anybody, Cliff?
At one time.
Kill him?
Nah. Why?
I kind of feel like the chief is the first guy I ever killed.
Oh, come on.
I can't help it. I found his political slush fund and tied it to the Chinese mob. And he killed himself.
You were just doing your job, son.
S.I. McPhee,
And nobody can blame you for that.
They're still blaming Terry Klein for killing Gordy Newman, though. And he's innocent.
That's taken care of. The Crown knows the evidence against him was rigged. He'll be out by tomorrow.
And then what?
And then I build a solid case against Tran New.
Without involving the chief? Do you really think you can do that?
I can try.
The man runs a gang that manufactures fake credit cards. He's used those funds to become the head of a highly visible downtown business association. And we know for sure he's got 2 city councilors in his pocket. We've got to be able to make something stick.
No, we can't. I can.
What do you mean?
From here on in, this is a homicide investigation. By the book. No rogue surveillance officers, no discredited computer geniuses, and no old guy.
Well, that sucks.
This whole mess sucks. But I'm not going to make it any worse for any of you. I'll give my men what they need to do the job.
Except the reason for the chief's suicide.
The stag party? The chief's stolen badge? Gordy bringing Tran in to get it back? How Terry was framed? That should be enough. As for the rest,
all our careers would be damaged. The Union would be dragged through the muck, and Charlie could be charged for interfering with justice. You want that?
Of course not.
Good. Because we made a decision the day the chief shot himself. That decision was to keep the details of this case under wraps. So you get a grip. And do what you're told. Got it?
Mr. New.
Yes, sir.
Charlie McMahon. I talked to you a while back about Gordy and the chief.
Sorry, I don't remember. You want something?
Whiskey and noodles. That's what Gordy used to order, wasn't it? On the house?
Sometimes he insists on paying. Put on Visa. Anyway, you ain't Gordy.
Actually, I am. Shanghai Toronto Enterprises?
Hey, Fred. One special. Whiskey. And I'm listening.
You were using Gordy and your company to fund Chief Bartlett's run for mayor.
Was I?
You were. Always nice to own a piece of the government, isn't it?
It seems to work for some of our larger corporations.
But even better for you. You got a piece of police headquarters at the same time.
Sounds like a good idea. On paper.
It was a great idea. Too bad Bartlett messed up. All that money wasted. Especially when you worked so hard to protect your investment.
Fo, you ever tried before?
No, I'm more of a pink bobo ball kind of guy.
You like it. Noodles, green onions, basil, broth. Looks simple, but it's complicated. Subtle, eh?
Yeah?
Yeah. You'll never guess all the ingredients, and I'm not going to tell you.
Chef's secret? That's okay. I don't need all the details to enjoy the soup. You know Superintendent McPhee?
The head of homicide?
And the next chief of police. Don't you think? With the right kind of support?
Who knows? Maybe.
He thinks he could do it. With the support of the East Asian Council on Business and some financing from the Shanghai operation?
The ultimate victory will depend on the hearts and minds of the people. Remember that one? LBJ.
Maria, 2 cappuccino chocolate, prego. So, what gives with Tran New?
What about him?
He's still on the street.
Look, Andy, I can't talk about it.
My informant is a busboy at Saigon 4.
That so?
Terrible job. Needs help with his kids' education fund. Your friend Charlie is now a regular.
What?
Looks like he's got Gordy's old seat.
If you're suggesting...
Sorry, but Chief Bartlett dies suddenly. We all know what that means. And now talk is that McPhee wants to be the next chief.
That's just talk.
So far. But Tran New still needs police protection from the Buidor gang. We know he has influence with the police board, and he still hasn't been charged with those pesky murders. And Charlie's hanging at the fort. Ipso facto, ergo, hence?
Charlie McMahon is an honest man.
Then what gives?
I don't know. We trace a connection between Tran and Bartlett. We confronted Bartlett, who told us Tran had committed the murders. But then the chief killed himself before we could get a formal statement.
So you got hearsay based on hearsay. That's it?
That's right.
Gracia Maria. Smell that chocolate. So, now you're building a new case against Tran. How's it going?
I don't know. McPhee sent us all home. Claimed he didn't want any secret investigations.
Sorry, but something smells like stinky cheese.
You're wrong.
Prove it.
I know that in the past there's been much media attention given to the issue of the police association engaging directly in the political process. We never accepted this position, especially on issues of vital importance to the safety of the citizens of Toronto. So it is with the greatest of pleasure that I join Councillors Hua and Como in offering the support of the union for the appointment of Supervising Inspector Kirk McPhee as the new Chief of Police.
I know nothing about it.
Come on, Malcolm. You and Charlie have tried to cut me out of an investigation before. It didn't work then, and it won't work now.
I'm telling you, I don't know anything about what Charlie and McPhee are up to.
And you don't care.
I'm not going to get caught messing up again. If S.I. McPhee can get me back in computer crimes...
That should be a piece of cake if he makes chief.
You really think he has a chance?
He's got powerful supporters. Mr. New's 2 aldermen, for starts. Be interesting to see who Shanghai Toronto Enterprises has got on the consulting payroll these days.
You realize what you're saying? That McPhee has climbed into bed with Tran New and Charlie is the new bagman.
I just want to prove Andy wrong.
Okay, but we do, and you let it drop, right?
Remember, 3:30 they tow on Queen Street.
Terry?
Yeah? What do you want?
I'm Constable Jolene Gray. I want to talk to you about your wife's death.
You want to talk about Penny? Why?
Because I want to see her killer punished.
You on this case?
Yeah, kinda.
Kinda. Right.
I know you claim Gordy wasn't the killer. That it was Tran New.
Yeah. I told your boss. But he still hasn't made an arrest, has he?
There's a little matter of proof.
I gave McPhee and McMahon enough to get him.
Maybe they missed some of it.
Right. Look. Tran and a sidekick called Henry came to our place and tried to beat us.
Over the chief's badge.
Yeah, you got it. But Penny pulled a gun on him. Backed them off.
Then what?
I called Gordy. He said he'd take care of it. Next thing, Penny's dead. Then Gordy's dead, and I'm framed for his killing. I tell my story to McPhee. Tell him the chief's in on it with Tran. The next thing, the chief's dead too. You want to explain that?
You're saying it's related.
Oh, come on. Tran New is the only one left alive. You're telling me that's a coincidence?
No, I told you we don't have any evidence.
You've got me. My testimony. But it's worthless as long as you're covering up for a dead chief.
So it's a cover-up.
Look, I've seen the news. McPhee in bed with Tran. And Tran killed my wife. What would you call it?
Look, it's not what you think.
Yeah, sure. It's all a big misunderstanding. I got a job to do.
What can I do for you tonight, Mr. New? A little thing. Of no consequence, I suppose. My old friend, Andy Wong, has been asking some questions around the community. About you? Me? No, I'm an open book. About you. He's very interested in your visits to this establishment.
I see.
Also, it seems he's been keeping company with your Constable Gray.
That's so?
Yes. Intimate little tete-a-tetes in some of his favorite College Street bistros. I would suspect a romantic liaison. But Andy is so very married. 5 kids. Not the type, I'm afraid.
I see.
But I must ask, how much does Constable Gray know about my relationship with Chief Bartlett?
We used her to do a bit of surveillance on Gordy, so she knows about this place. But beyond that, Kirk played everything pretty close to the vest.
So she knows enough to be confused by our growing affection for each other?
You don't have to worry about Jolene. She's a friend.
I'm relieved. But as you know, I'm a man who prefers to protect his investments.
Jolene isn't Gordy.
That's right. You are. But if she gets too close...
You'd kill her like you did the stripper? Frame me? Bomb my car before anybody could get a good look at the details of the case?
I don't have the slightest idea what you are talking about. Come on, sing a song with me. Islands in the Stream, Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton. We sing that one together good.
He's coming out now, heading for his car. Oh, he's got that look, you know.
What look's that?
That somebody's watching. Where is the rat? Look, I'm ducking.
He make you?
Not sure. But Tran Nu's out front having a smoke, so I can't follow. You can pick him up on my call.
What are you gonna do?
Go get some noodles.
Okay, I'm coming. Charlie, I was just burning a steak. You want
We got trouble.
What's the matter?
Up there. About 50 yards.
Blue Chev. That Jolene?
She tailed me here from Saigon Pho.
Great. Why didn't you lose her?
Why bother? We're made, Kirk. By her and Andy Wong, who was parked in front of Saigon Pho when I pulled out.
Great. What did Tran want?
To warn me about them and threaten us both.
We can use that.
I didn't say he gave me anything incriminating.
But if he threatened her, then...
You've heard the tapes, Kirk. You know how he talks. Beyond careful. Every damn thing he says is oblique. And I sincerely doubt whether wearing a wire into his restaurant is a wise decision anymore.
What do you want to do?
Take him down. Now.
What for?
Corruption. Bribing a police officer. Bribing 2 aldermen. Hell, I don't know. We gotta have something by now.
Kid stuff. We've got a great sting in the making, and I'm not giving away a murder case to make a bribery charge.
Then I'm gonna tell Jolene what we're doing.
No way.
Way?
I beg your pardon?
Oh, sorry. Hanging out with these kids, you pick up their jargon. Look, if we don't let her in, she's gonna bust our chops or get herself killed.
Okay, maybe you're right. But I am not making that kind of decision until I know what she knows.
And how are we gonna find that out?
Gee, I don't know. Ask the other kid. Way?
Taxi! Taxi! Need a lift? I'm fine. Taxi!
Malcolm, what the hell's going on?
Look, Charlie, I'm in a hurry.
Then get in the car. Get in the car.
Fine.
Where to?
Toronto General. Andy Wong's been shot.
I don't know. I mean, I love my job, but if it's going to hurt my tennis...
It's not funny, Andy.
I got shot while talking to Tran Nu. It's hilarious.
Andy, you okay?
Yeah, sure, just a flesh wound.
Right through his shoulder. He's lucky the bullet missed anything vital.
Where did it happen?
Outside Saigon Pho.
How?
Sorry, Charlie, it's a police matter.
Oh, will you give me a break? I know you were following me.
Guess that makes you a suspect, eh?
I got an alibi, don't I? Her name's Jolene. Oh, for God's sake, we're on the same side here.
Sorry, Charlie, but we know you're working for Tran Nu.
I'm working... You should know me better than that.
It's a fact. Malcolm hacked the records at Shanghai, Toronto.
Did it ever occur to you that Kirk and I might be working a sting?
Then why shut us out?
Kirk's call. I didn't agree.
So what's the deal?
We told Tran we want to pick up right where Bartlett left off, on the take, with me as the go-between. It's the only way we can get what we need to put him away.
And he's buying it?
Unless you and Andy messed it up. Look, we still don't have enough to get him on the killings. Can we try at least to get on the same page and see what we can do? Andy?
Sorry, all we got is you and Kirk and some payoffs from Shanghai, Toronto.
Tell me about the shooting.
Not much to tell. Me and Tran had a nice talk.
I asked him if his nephew Henry was around, which was a joke because he never lets any of the kids from Bui Doi come to the restaurant. Even bigger joke, though, we busted Henry with 20 fake credit cards last month. He's in jail. Then, pop, pop, pop.
Right out front of the restaurant.
3 shots. Sounded like small caliber, 22. Ricochets off the wall. Mr. New hits the deck. Me too. I come up, got this hole in my best jacket.
And that's it?
They missed him, got you?
Maybe.
Or maybe it's a warning to stay away.
No way the boys from Bui Doi are gonna shoot me with him standing there.
Which begs the question, who's shooting at Tran? And why?
That's it. All the case files, from the first officer on the scene at the murder of Penny Klein to the incident report on Andy's shooting.
Plus, everything I could pull on Tran Nu's past exploits, including his involvement with Bui Doi. I also dug up Gordy's files from the Asian Crime Task Force.
And Andy gave me all his notes. Now what?
Got your laptop plugged in, Malcolm?
Plugged in, online, and networked. What's next?
I want you to build us a database.
I've got a good start on it already. Hang on. Tran Nu's relationship with Gordy Newman and Chief Bartlett, which began when Gordy and Andy took down the Big Circle gang, leaving a gap at the top of the food chain, which Tran Nu filled. He has big jaws, too.
So, using his friendship with Gordy, Tran was able to offer his support to the chief, and it all flowed from that.
To the point where Tran thought he had the next mayor in his pocket.
Which may have been the case, except for a stripper named Penny Klein. So, what do we know about Penny Klein?
But we have to consider the forensic record. Remember how violent the attack on Penny was? I mean, if all you wanted to do was retrieve the chief's badge and avoid a scandal...
Yeah, but according to Terry, that wasn't the point. Penny had humiliated Tran in front of his nephew, Henry. It was payback time.
According to Terry, who had his wife stripping, hates the police, and will make a terrible witness for the prosecution. I mean, I barely met the guy, and he scares me.
There must be some physical evidence to tie Tran Nu to the crime scene.
The killer was left-handed. Tran is left-handed. That and a buck will buy you a Coke.
Speaking of Coke, I need caffeine. Badly. Okay. Anybody got one latte, a red eye, double-double, and a chamomile tea?
Timbits? You didn't get Timbits?
At the Starbucks? Duh. You come up with anything while I was gone?
We've been looking at how Terry was framed for Gordy's murder.
It was slick, and every move was inside the Bui Doi skill set. Except, how did they know about his military record?
Well, maybe Gordy looked it up.
Yeah, I guess that's a question for Terry. Speaking of which...
I've got a uniform watching his place. He hasn't come home.
I just hope he's okay.
What do you mean?
I get the feeling Tran Nu isn't the kind of guy who likes to leave any loose ends. And now that he's out of custody, Terry is very definitely a loose end.
You know, one thing I still don't get. You busted Gordy because he lied about being at the Saigon when Penny was killed.
That's right.
How'd you know he wasn't there?
A gas receipt on his visa. He filled up just around the corner from the crime scene.
So, if he wasn't the perp, what was he doing there? A coincidence?
The neighborhood looks cool, Charlie.
Roger on that. Anybody turn up Terry yet?
Nothing. The last of the staff is coming out of Saigon phone now. Tran's locking up.
Okay, I'm going in.
Okay, Charlie. You be careful in there. And everybody else, keep your eyes and ears open.
The wire okay, Kirk?
Loud and clear. Be careful, Charlie.
What are you doing here in the middle of the night?
I've got news about Andy Wong.
Shooting a cop in front of my place. It's crazy.
You had nothing to do with it, eh?
Of course not. Andy okay?
He thinks maybe the shooting was an accident.
Accident?
He thinks they were trying to get you.
Me? Who? Why?
He thinks word maybe got out.
Word about what?
His investigation. I checked things out with a friend in the Crown Attorney's office. They're preparing a warrant for your arrest.
What?
Andy went over Kirk's head with this.
A visa receipt?
On Gordy's card, but that's not his handwriting. It's your nephew Henry's handwriting.
He stole Gordy's credit card?
Nope. He manufactured a duplicate.
Hey, stay away from there.
This little black box hooked to the credit card scanner. It takes all the information off the magnetic strip every time a card gets swiped, right? Then you take that info to that little manufacturing unit in Scarborough where Henry used to work.
Even if Henry had Gordy's card, why would he use it on his way to beating up some stripper? Puts the finger right on Gordy. Oh, stupid.
Yeah. According to his rap sheet, it's typical. Henry isn't all that bright.
Nobody's going to believe that. Not in court.
The Crown's cut a deal. Henry says he used the card to cover his tracks. Says he was frightened after you killed the girl.
He killed her, not me. He's a professional hitman.
A right-handed hitman. Penny Klein was killed by a left-handed blow, and you're a lefty.
Kirk can still protect me. Maybe evidence get lost. Maybe something happens to Henry.
You still don't get it, Tran. If they take you, he'll go down too, and he can't let that happen.
Kirk is trying to kill me? Get down.
Hey, who turned off the lights?
Terry?
Terry? Terry Klein?
Mr. New. Missed you the first time. Won't miss again.
Don't be stupid, Terry.
He killed my wife.
Where is he? Too dark.
No, you're wrong, Terry. This is a setup. I'm wearing a wire. We're going to put him away.
A wire? You? The little pimp shot me. Ugh. I hold you personally responsible.
Brand new.
You okay, Charlie?
Yeah, fine. Terry?
He's gone.
Yeah. Tran, too.
Of course, all the members of the association were disappointed by Inspector McPhee's decision. But given the shocking revelations about corruption at the very highest levels of the police administration, I have to say it makes sense to bring in a chief from outside our ranks. I'd just like to add my personal commendation to the inspector for bringing this complex and tragic case to a close, and to say that the way he worked with me personally and other members of the association is a sterling example of what we think leadership can be. We're sure the time will come when he will serve this service at the highest level. Thank you.
And that is that. Thanks, Joe. What do you think, Charlie?
You'll be deputy chief within 5 months.
It's already in the works. Just wish I'd got it some other way. Too many people were hurt.
You want another, Jolene?
Nah, I'm... Sure.
This thing's got you pretty low.
It's Terry. It was wrong.
Hey, nobody made him go after Tran.
Come on, Kirk. We did. When we decided to keep Malcolm and Jolene out of the loop, we started a process that put that gun in his hand.
Because he thought we were corrupt and protecting his wife's killer.
Yeah.
Then he should have gone to the press. I can sympathize with the poor jerk, but that doesn't excuse his action.
Still, it's not easy.
What?
Thinking about him. It's like what you said about Chief Bartlett. Terry Klein is the first man I ever killed.
You have been listening to Farewell to the Chief, the first of our new series of The Old Guy by Paul Ledoux. Featured in the cast tonight, Robert Haley as Charlie McMahon, William Colgate as Kirk McPhee, Ryan Rogerson as Malcolm Fieldstein, and Karen Glaive as Jolene Gray. With them, you also heard Hardy T. Lynham as Cliff Stark, D. Garnet Harding as Terry Klein, Ho Oyster Chow as Tran Nu, and William Johnson as Andy Wong. The music was composed and conducted by Milan Kimlicka. The recording engineer was Wayne Richards. Sound effects were by Matt Wilcott. Colleen Woods was the associate producer. The program was produced and directed in Toronto by Bill Howell, the executive producer of the Mystery Project. Robert Haley stars as Charlie McMahon in Odds Against Tomorrow.
It's Amway or something worse.
Jolene, please.
I've seen it before, Charlie. Apparently sane friends swept up in a whirlpool of greed.
Hello. I think we're ready to begin. My name is Rod Holden, and this is my IT specialist, Constable Malcolm Fieldstein.
Hi, all.
Now, we ask you to join us tonight to hear about a revolutionary new investment opportunity.
Here it comes.
The only problem is the whole idea involves a lot of jargon having to do with computers and programming. That's why I hired Constable Fieldstein here. He's from the Toronto Police Computer Fraud Division. And I think even if you don't believe me, you've got to believe a brilliant young fellow like him. You see, I want you to seriously consider an investment in the sport of kings.
The what?
The sport of kings. Horse racing.
Yes, friends. We want you to help us play the ponies. Now, the true beauty of the pari-mutuel system is that the track takes a fixed share of the bets and everything else goes into a pool, which is shared by the bettors. Which means the odds are based on public opinion. And the greatest thing about public opinion is that it's usually wrong. We use an in-depth database to handicap the horses and highly sophisticated programs to analyse betting patterns. Malcolm?
In Hong Kong, this system delivers a 24% return on a very short-term investment.
Oh, that's a lot better than anybody's doing in the stock market.
This deal is so good, I'm personally buying 5 units.
Now, on-the-nose betting systems needs to raise a total of $300,000. We're setting up a limited partnership based on the sale of 30 shares, valued at $10,000 each.
It's going to cost $75,000 to set up the operational base. The remaining $225,000 will create a betting pool to be wagered at Belleville Downs.
Right. Now, Belleville Downs is a small track racing standardbreds. Due to its modest size, we've been able to thoroughly research and handicap the majority of the horses in competition. The hard work's already done. We can be up and running in a matter of weeks, and we'll start to generate income almost immediately. Malcolm, tell them the best part.
Okay. Your investment pays back at the end of every race. Based on my analysis of the on-the-nose system, I believe the partnership will recoup within the first 2 weeks and double your money by week 5. But there are only 3 shares left.
Come on, Charlie. Neither one of us could afford 10 grand, but we could split a single share.
Have I gone through the looking glass or what?
Okay, I was skeptical before the presentation, but Holden made a pretty good case for investment.
We've got the right technology, the right staff, and we are the first company on the scene in Ontario.
And you've put up $50,000 personally?
All my savings, and then I borrowed the rest from my folks.
What do you know about this Holden guy, anyway?
Well, I ran him on Google.
Seriously? That's a huge investment.
Which is why I gave him a complete workup. He's the real thing, Charlie. He knows more about computers than even me. His father raced standardbreds in Australia, and he pioneered online wagering systems in Hong Kong. This is the chance of a lifetime.
Okay. Where do I sign? Stitch-in-time clocks.
Hi, Charlie.
Hey, Malcolm. We millionaires yet?
Not exactly.
What happened?
There's been a fire.
The on-the-nose offices?
Not set up yet. Anyway, this is worse. Way worse. The stable at Belleville Downs, it burnt to the ground.
Mr. Dumont, what time did it start?
Around 2 last night. By the time the fire engines got here, it was too late.
How many horses were lost?
35. Oh. And I was just starting to turn the track around. It's a real setback.
It's not a setback, it's a disaster. My system is useless without detailed analyses of the horses running.
Well, they're 6 months up in smoke.
Ruthie, this is Ruthie Fisher, my handicapper.
So, what have you learned, Ruthie?
Well, I talked to some of the owners. Looks like they all plan to pull the surviving ponies out of Belleville. I think you should meet them, try and talk them into moving to the same track.
Yeah, good thinking, love. We follow him and get a head start.
Yeah, if he doesn't burn out the next track, too. Who's he? This is the 4th track fire in 2 years. I don't think it's a coincidence.
Sure, fire in the stables is heartbreaking. The biggest nightmare there is. But arson? Yeah, I doubt it.
Why?
Those barns needed real attention for years.
I would think barns would be a primary concern for a guy running a racetrack.
Oh, when I first took over the business, I could hardly afford to maintain them. And then when we get the slots license, raising the funds to build all this.
When did you bring the slot machines in?
Oh, about 5 years ago. But these machines can be very profitable, but, startup costs are high. That's why I was interested in Mr. Holden's scheme.
On the nose stood to increase the volume of betting at Belleville, which would mean bigger purses and more interest in the track.
So what now?
Now, well, I guess I'll survive. I just hope On the Nose can do the same.
No worries, but we've got to deal with this arson thing. Can't afford to get caught twice.
Well, you should talk to Wilbur.
Who's he?
Wilbur, the handler. He's been working the backstretch stables for years. He turned in the alarm last night. Hey, Wilbur.
Yes, sir.
There's some people here want to ask about the fire.
Come over. Sorry, I've been playing this machine all morning. It's due. Can't afford to lose it.
Not a problem. Charlie McMahon.
Mr. Dumont says you were in the barn last night when the fire started?
Yeah, Lee's girl was a bit colicky, and sometimes when they get like that, I sleep over. Round about 2, I woke up. The barn was already full of smoke. I got some animals out, but by then the hay had started to go.
Did you see anything or anybody that might make you suspicious?
No, sir. Didn't see nothing at all.
Wilbur, how are the burns doing?
It ain't nothing special, Mr. Dumont. Doctor said bandages come off in a couple of days.
Jackpot. Congratulations.
Yeah, $500. Doctor said I was lucky, but I don't guess this is what he meant.
You've been working at Belleville for a while, Wilbur?
A while, but I've worked all the tracks around hereabouts. Depends on who's got the need for a hand.
Yeah, anybody with Wilbur's talent with horses can pretty much, ride his own ticket.
Maybe. Or maybe it's just nobody else wants the job. When I started out in Kentucky, you'd have 20 boys hanging around the barn just dying for a steady job. Kids these days don't seem to have time for much except video games.
I guess that's true.
You see them sitting in front of the TV, that joystick in their hand? Next best thing to zombies. Just like me now. Well, guess I better quit while I'm ahead.
I suppose our investigative resources here in Belleville aren't up to what you'd expect in T.O.
I don't know. I like the music.
My idea. Keeps everybody calm.
You have talked to the OPP about the other cases, haven't you?
Of course.
Do they have anything?
Arson is a probability in one instance, but there's no solid indication of a pattern.
Which one was arson?
The first fire at Huronia Park. A real crude job, too. Somebody got into the basement of the new clubhouse, poured paint thinner over the floor, and poof.
Any leads?
No. Too many people going in and out of a building like that.
Much damage?
Yep, the whole gaming floor gutted. They've just reopened.
What about the others?
East Gilroy, the deep fryer in the old concession stand. Somebody forgot to turn it off at the end of the night. The whole grandstand caught fire.
Have they reopened?
Not yet, but they will.
And the most recent fire was 2 months ago in Newmarket.
They were building a new clubhouse, practically complete. A lot of loose construction materials around. Fire marshal said an electrical fire started it.
And they're rebuilding?
No, the owners were undercapitalized and the fire did them in.
That's too bad.
Everybody wants to get rich quick. They gamble, and it usually turns out bad.
Hi, Malcolm. How's it going?
We could be up and running tomorrow if our racetrack wasn't a charred ruin. Find out anything?
The good news is the police don't think there's any connection between this fire and the others.
And the bad news?
We don't agree. One of the 3 fires was definitely arson. The other 2 look to be questionable.
There's something linking the incidents?
All the tracks in question had made a big commitment to opening up gaming rooms. Either they'd been redeveloped or it was in the planning stages.
Well, that sounds pretty suspicious to me.
I wish, but it isn't such a big deal.
There were 15 track startups in the last 2 years, and almost every track in Ontario is getting a facelift.
Well, not surprising. Since they put in the slots, the tracks have cleared, more than $400 million in profit. And that only amounts to 20% of the government take.
400 million times 5. People have lost $2 billion playing racetrack slots.
In 5 years. That's $400 million a year, pure profit. Every time I think of it, I get the shivers.
It's a mug's game. No skill in it at all. You're going to lose 20% of the time, day in, day out.
Unless you're Wilbur and hit the jackpot.
Wilbur. Now, how many loonies you think he plugs into a machine before he hits? I mean, it takes less than 30 seconds to lose a buck.
Anyway, we're way off topic, aren't we? You think these fires have something to do with the clubs running slots?
Well, I did. But if adding a gaming room isn't all that exceptional...
Maybe the OPP and Sergeant Grant have got it right.
There is no pattern, so we're in the clear.
It's kind of jumping the gun, isn't it?
Maybe, but if that's all they got...
Oh, it's me. Yeah, Jack, thanks for the call. No kidding. Well, that's the pits. Yeah, I'll tell him. That was Jack Dumont up at the track. They did an autopsy on Lee's girl. Found paint thinner fumes in her lungs.
Look, giving TO cops on a busman's holiday a briefing is one thing. I owe Jack a couple of favors, but I'm not going to let him take over my case.
We don't want to take over your case.
You realise it is imperative that this gets resolved.
You told me already. And now that we know this fire was set with criminal intent, I can promise you I'll get the perp. And I don't need any help to do it.
But if somebody's been torching other tracks, too...
There's no evidence that that's the case.
The same accelerant was used in 2 out of 4 of the fires.
Paint thinner is easy enough to come by, and until somebody proves me wrong, I'm investigating one fire.
All we're saying is you can't discount the possibility...
I am not going to let you or the OPP tramp all over my jurisdiction. Period.
If something doesn't break soon... I'll have to exercise the additional investments clause in the partnership agreement.
Section 15? I've got it here. All the limited partners will be required to provide additional funds to the corporation.
An additional 3/4 of their investment.
What happens if you invoke Section 15 and the investor can't come up with the cash?
Well, they forfeit their share and their investment.
That means Jolene and I would have to come up with almost $4,000 each. And Malcolm...
would need to raise $37,500 or lose everything.
I'm sick about it, mate.
You're sick? I'm doomed.
Okay. Wilbur was on the scene, and given his background, he's probably worked at all the courses in question.
No, don't waste your time on the little guys. Go after the owners. Dumont? The insurance has got to come in handy.
Well, that's a motive, but we'll need more than that.
I'll look into his policy. And in the meantime... you've got to check out Wilbur.
Jolene, I think maybe he talked to you.
Sure.
And I'm going to see if I can get in a bit of FaceTime with Ruthie. When it comes to Belleville Downs, I'll bet she knows where all the bodies are buried.
235.
Is that good?
For a pacer on a practice track? That's pathetic, which is why Rod needs me to handicap these yearlings. Oh, this next trotter should be another story. He has potential.
So, about the fire, I just figured if there was an owner who had problems, the horses are heavily insured, right?
Well, some of them. And I can name 3 owners who could use the insurance money, but it won't wash.
Why not?
There's half a dozen undetectable ways to destroy an animal. Why take out a barn full of your friend's ponies to get it done? Owners can be bloody-minded when necessary, but these guys all love horses.
What about Wilbur? He must have worked every track in the province.
Sure, but Wilbur start a barn fire? No way. That man, maybe he's got a problem with the slots, but not the nags. He loves them. He got himself burnt, saving a couple of them, didn't he? Makes no sense.
Dumont? We figured maybe his insurance...
No, not worth it. He's got 20 heart-sick owners that are never coming back here, no matter what, and that's real bad news. Well... wait, another possibility. Locals on a crusade. Now, down in Elmira, they shut down the local track when it tried to put in slots. So a new track with slots opened up down the road in Elora. They went ballistic.
Yeah, but it's like you say, locals. And would they torch a track 200 miles down the road?
I guess not, but... Damn. I missed the timing.
So, Malk, what's the 411?
I've been looking at your cash flow. If you laid off non-essential staff until we've got these problems sorted out, and then...
I won't wash, mate. Everyone is essential, handpicked. If I lost even one of them, it would set me back months. Cost a fortune.
Well, I went by Wilbur's place. He wasn't there, but his wife was, and she was plenty upset.
What about?
She was waiting for the movers and cursing the slots.
He lost their house?
Well, now that's jumping to a conclusion, isn't it?
It would be if the sign on the lawn didn't say power of sale.
Oh.
Rough, huh?
Terrible. But we've got a compulsive gambler who's losing his house and probably on the verge of losing his wife.
And he was there when the fire started and worked the other tracks that were torched.
It's all circumstantial.
Maybe, but it's a start.
Well, have you checked him on the net? Now, if there was anything seriously incriminating in his background, you should be able to find it in cyberspace.
I checked and didn't get a single hit. Weird, eh?
Not if it's a dead end. Now, personally, I like Jack Dumont. Now, he's been edgy as a cat since the first day I met him. Now, what about the insurance angle?
Nada. He's underinsured. The fire's gonna hurt him bad.
We gotta go with Wilbur. We may not have much, but it's enough to make him a prime suspect.
I could never bet on the ponies. You're going up to the wicket and you know the favorite's got a bruise on the hind quarter. Or his rider's drinking again. Or maybe something even worse is going on.
It would be like profiting from the misfortunes of a friend.
That's right.
You're pretty good.
I have my moments.
How'd you make him?
I ran him through the computer. Wilbur signed himself up for the self-exclusion program in 1999. What went wrong then?
It was them slots. They had no call to put those things into a racetrack.
What's the self-exclusion program?
A government program set up to help compulsive gamblers. I know you tried to get some help with your problem.
Yes, ma'am. This counselor, she told me I was a gambling addict, and I was.
The theory is, if you're excluded from the gaming rooms, you can't gamble.
Does it work?
Not for Wilbur. So you're addicted to slots?
Yes, I am.
The thing was, he registered at Huronia the day of the first fire.
You know who's really strung out on gambling? The damn provincial politicians who don't have the guts to get the money they need from the folks who can afford to give it. No, it's tax cuts this and tax cuts that. And they can afford them cuts as long as people who got nothing in their lives but sad dreams keep buying tickets and playing slots.
People like you.
Their machines are worse than crack cocaine.
I got to thinking maybe that old guy from Toronto wasn't so stupid after all. So I dug deeper. Contacted the Kentucky State Police.
You keep hitting that button, and for a second there's a possibility spinning right before your eyes, and then it's gone. So you plug the slot and try again, and again, and again.
Back in '64, they had a racetrack fire, Lexington. Wilbur said it.
Killed me, plain and simple. Cost me the world. It's like the addiction lady said.
So I brought him in for questioning,
The
and...
way to escape it is to make sure there just ain't no machines anywhere you can play them, period.
That's why you burned down all the tracks.
Yes, ma'am. Was getting pretty good at it, too. Till Bill fell.
He confessed. Just like that.
Just like that. Since you were right about the pattern, I figured I owed you a call. And listen. Why the stables, Willie? It makes no sense.
I won't talk about that fire. I won't. I can't get them horses out of my head.
So, what do you think, Rod?
Kingston is just a little too big for a startup operation.
Come on. It's 3 weeks since Wilbur confessed, and the bills are piling up.
There is no use jumping into something that's going to lose us money. Well, look, I've got a meeting with the track owner in Milford tonight. Loves the game, loves my plan, so I must be on my way.
The track look good?
Well, it's got its problems. You know, the biggest concern is that I may still have to exercise Clause 15.
Come on, we get the bad guy and I still lose everything?
Don't despair, Malcolm. I'm still a better bet than that pacer.
It's not that funny.
Oh, I'm sorry, but that guy always breaks me up. Like, man's setting up a gambling cartel and doesn't know the difference between a pacer and a trotter.
Neither do I.
That's why I get the big bucks.
Betty's boy is a trotter?
That's right.
And he thought she was a pacer? No, that makes no sense. Rod's father raced standardbreds in Australia. He's got to know the difference.
Look, kid, Ron Holden knows a lot about the game, but he never grew up around no stable.
I'm an idiot. A complete, total idiot. I mean, Sergeant Graham cracks this case with a B-level computer search, and I'm so happy we got the guy, I don't even worry about the fact that my search turned up squat.
Why not?
I don't know. I put it down to a glitch in this system. It's not my setup at work, no big deal. We got the guy anyway. But now, there it is.
There what is?
He put a filter on the office system here, blocking each and every reference to a certain Wilbur Harris. That makes me gnarly.
Sergeant Graham said you wanted to talk to me?
That's right, Wilbur. I need your help.
Well, now, I always do anything to help a pretty girl like you, if I can.
It's about Rod Holden. You know him?
The Australian fellow? Nice guy. Came into the stables once or twice with Mr. Dumont, and I saw him in the gaming room from time to time. Why?
We have a lot of money invested with him, and it looks like we're going to lose it because of the fire.
I see. I'm sorry.
I need to know about the fire in the barns.
I can't talk about it.
I need you to, Wilbur. I need to know what really happened.
I don't know. I just found out I was losing the house. The wife threw me out for good. So I was playing the slots and drinking whiskey and sleeping in the barn. Last thing I remember, I was in the gaming room. He had a feud with Mr. Holden, in fact. Scotch and the slots. That's a bad bet for sure.
And later, in the barn?
I woke up to the horses screaming.
The place was already on fire.
Oh, yeah. There was this little 2-year-old trotter, fast, named Geronimo. She was rearing and kicking at the stall, her mane blazing. And I knew right away, somehow, I did it. I did that to her. I don't deserve to live.
Why are you so sure you did it?
Well, I did it before, didn't I? Back in Kentucky when I was a kid, I was drinking and smoking in the barn. That place went up like a torch.
You made a mistake when you were a kid. That doesn't necessarily mean you made the same mistake twice.
There was a fire, wasn't there? I was in that barn, and I've been starting fires kind of regular. I crossed the line this time is all.
What line?
I couldn't tell what I was doing anymore.
And Holden? What happened to him?
That night? I can't remember.
So what news from Hong Kong?
Wait, don't tell me. Rod Holden doesn't exist.
Oh, he exists all right. Retired. Owns a small island in the Marshall Chain. The big news is he weighs 350 pounds and never ever gets his picture taken. Of course, I found our Mr. Holden's picture on the net.
posted on an obscure news group where only a very diligent nerd like Malcolm Fieldstein would ever track it down. Hey, that's Rod Holden. I know him. Duh.
So our Rod Holden stole the real man's identity.
And used his cyberspace savvy to sell me on it.
And we can place him with Wilbur the night of the fire.
Wilbur blamed himself because he'd set the other fires. He confessed because he couldn't stand what he'd done. But he didn't do it, did he?
Holden set the fire. He had to. But did he know he was setting up Wilbur?
No way. In fact, he outsmarted himself. He put the filter on my search engine after he realized we were investigating Wilbur.
Guess he was worried Wilbur's arrest would short-circuit his con. He really needed to exercise Section 15.
Right. It practically doubled his money.
Which is a very good idea if you're planning to split with the cash. Who are you calling?
Sergeant Graham. I'm afraid Roddy picked a loser.
Yeah. Tell him he just ran out of luck.
Yeah. And the game is over.
You have been listening to Odds Against Tomorrow, this week's episode of our series, The Old Guy by Paul Ledoux. Featured in the cast tonight, Robert Haley as Charlie McMahon, William Colgate as Kirk, Ryan Rogerson as Malcolm, Karen Glave as Jolene. With them, you also heard Arden Bess as Wilbur Harris, Dennis O'Connor as Jack Dumont, Ted Atherton as Rod Holden, Elizabeth Brown as Jane Graham, and Brenda Robbins as Ruthie Fisher. The music was composed and conducted by Milan Kimlicka. The recording engineer was Wayne Richards. Sound effects were by Matt Wilcott. Colleen Woods was the associate producer. The program was produced and directed in Toronto by Bill Howell, the executive producer. Robert Haley stars as Charlie McMahon in Security.
Morning, Miriam.
Good morning.
Forgot to get cat food.
Middle, first row.
I know. Boy, you'd think that cat hadn't been fed since last Easter, the way he goes on.
$3.50, please.
Here you go. No, never mind the bag. I'll just... Are you okay?
Fine.
You sure? You look like you haven't slept for a week.
I can't trouble you.
Hey, I've been coming here practically every day since you took over the place. It's no trouble.
It is a family matter.
That means Ali. Where is he, anyway? Miriam, we're neighbors, and I like Ali. Have you called his friends? Maybe he just decided...
Ali would never stay out all night. Since his father died, he never leaves me. I called the police, but they said it is too early for a missing persons report. I tried to tell them, but it was no good.
When did you last talk to him?
Around 4:30. After school, he was going to the mosque for prayers.
Did you phone the mosque?
Of course. I was told he had been there.
Did anyone see him leave?
I don't know. I talked to Imam Hassan, our preacher. He said he saw the boy during prayers, but not after.
I see. And did he ask around?
He volunteered, of course, but he has not called me back. Why won't the police help me?
It's standard procedure. So many teenagers disappear for a day and then turn up right as rain.
But Ali is... He respects his duties. Never once since his father died has he not been home by 9. I am worried to death.
Okay. Well, if you'd like, I can talk to a few friends downtown.
That would be very kind.
Don't worry. He'll turn up.
I hope you are right. But things are so bad these days for our community. You can understand my worry.
So, how do you know this kid?
His family started running my corner store about a year ago. Nice people. Then the dad died.
That's rough. He got any brothers and sisters?
Nope, just him and his mom.
That puts a lot of pressure on a kid, eh? Well, sometimes they just... Oh.
What?
Ali's dad. What was his name?
I'm not sure. I always called him Mr. Rashad.
Mohammed. The address matches, yeah.
What did he do?
You ever hear of Hawala?
No.
How about Al-Barakat?
Oh, the game they used to play in trendy bars with the dice and the checkers?
Al-Barakat was one of the biggest companies in Somalia.
They operated a money transfer system, Hawala.
Hawala is a money transfer system.
If you were a Somali working in Toronto and you wanted to send money home, you'd take the cash to the local Al-Barakat rep. He'd charge a transaction fee and then call Mogadishu. The folks at that end would have the cash in your family's hand within 24 hours.
Like sending a bank transfer.
Except in Somalia, the banks don't work, and Al-Barakat's Hawala does.
So what's the problem?
The system is based on trust. There's next to no paper trail. So after 9/11, W., the Burnham Bush, declared the whole system a money laundering operation for Al-Qaeda. The local reps were rounded up and the system shut down, including a small business here in Toronto run by Mohammed Rashad.
No way.
Way?
I mean, was there any truth to the allegations?
No real evidence has turned up, but so what? Bush has spoken. Al-Barakat was the biggest single employer in the country, and when funds were frozen, a lot of very poor people lost a lot of money.
What happened then?
Well, like most stories involving the war on terrorism, it just kind of disappeared. These days, the UN Development Program is trying to get the system up and working again.
No, I meant what happened to Mohammed?
Well, after they put him out of business, they tried to extradite him to the U.S.
I never saw anything in the paper.
He was small time. If you blinked, you would have missed it. Anyway, the Canadian government finally decided Mr. Rashad had no terrorist affiliations and refused to extradite him. But given the current climate, the Yanks could be after the sun.
So could the Somalis who lost the money they gave to his father.
Or maybe someone wanted him to shut up before he talked.
If Ali's dad really was a terrorist.
He was Somali, wasn't he? They're on the list.
What can I do for you?
I'm doing a favor for the woman who runs my corner store.
Some traffic cop ticketing her delivery van?
No, it's her son, Ali. He's gone missing.
Well, if you want me to get him on the missing persons roster, I guess we
You ever hear of Mohammed Rashad?
The name's vaguely familiar.
Ali's father. He got busted in that Al-Barakat thing.
The Al-Barakat thing? This kid is linked to that mess? No way I'm ready for the war on terrorism. Not with a new boss and a big promotion.
This kid was born in Toronto. He's the farthest thing from a terrorist.
You sure about that?
I'd like to make sure.
Fine. One call and that's it. Yeah, it's Kirk. How's she going? Thanks. Yeah, listen. Mohammed Rashad. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. What did they say? Yeah. No, just wondered. You got anything on his son, Ali? Oh. Yeah. Sure. No, I appreciate it. Okay.
Who was that?
A friend in a position to know.
They had something, didn't they?
No, she didn't. Not really.
That's not how it sounded.
No?
Come on, Kirk.
Look, Charlie, all I can tell you is stay out of this.
How come?
It's a matter of national security.
Look, Marion, I wish I didn't have to ask, and no disrespect intended, but has Ali ever had anything to do with any organizations he shouldn't have?
For example?
I'm sorry. When I was asking about Ali, I learned a little bit about your husband.
What about him?
His connection with Al-Barakat.
What does that have to do with my son?
I don't know if it does.
It doesn't. My son knew nothing of the business. Not that there was any shame in what my husband did. It was a blessing for many people.
Yeah, but your husband's name keeps turning up on web pages. The story doesn't go away.
They took him. The Zionists.
The Zionists?
They destroyed our life, ruined my husband's business. He kept perfect records of all his transactions. His books were perfect, but they questioned him for 5 months before they let him come home. By then, our home was gone.
I'm sorry, I
Imagine what it is like to have everything taken from you. And we are not some Palestinian family who have had their shack bulldozed into the ground because their cousin is PLO. No, we are Canadian citizens, half a world away from that horror. My husband had a business degree from Manchester University, and we ended up running this store. which I took largely because an apartment came with the lease.
I wish that I'd known.
Oh, yes. That would have helped for our customers to know there were terrorists running the corner store. 8 months we waited while CSIS spied on us, tapped our phones. Mohammed would not sleep. He sat waiting for them.
The Zionists?
Waiting for a firebomb through the window. His heart got worse. Then the Department of Justice called. They said it was all a mistake. He would not be extradited. But by then, his heart was broken. And he died.
CSIS would have had to keep you under surveillance, I know, but this other stuff, I can't believe Zionists...
Please, Mr. McMahon. Even a quiet clockmaker must see what winds the spring tighter and tighter until it has to snap. And then we are to blame.
Miriam, if there was an overt threat...
There wasn't. But you must realize they would never believe in my husband's innocence. And they are people who are not afraid to act.
God's purpose is eternal. His plan is perfect, but man's intelligence is limited.
Imam Hassan?
By his circumstances
Mr. McMahon,
and his
please come in.
of this world.
I am just going over the rough edit on this tape.
Sermon?
Of a kind. I do commentary for Vision TV.
Of course. I was just about to ask you if we'd met before.
You've watched our program?
Yeah, well, I spend a lot of time these days trying to figure out what's going on in the world. Your program helps.
Thank you. These are very difficult times for us. I'm sure you can imagine that.
I can.
A few months ago, I myself, on my way to an interfaith seminar in Washington, was subjected to an extremely rigorous examination. 6 hours of interrogation, fingerprinting, photographs. The immigration official actually told me, "We don't want your type getting in here anymore."
You're kidding.
I'm afraid not. We reported him to a superior and received a surly letter of apology. But imagine how the younger men feel, especially given the political incitement available over the internet.
Was Ali into any of that?
Ali certainly loves to surf the web. He's even tipped me to a few very interesting sites. But no, Ali is different. Devout, but mature beyond his years. A very good boy.
His mother said you saw him last night.
Certainly. He was here for the final prayers of the day. Isha. That would have been 6:27 p.m.
And after?
There's usually quite a crush after prayers, and I'm afraid I missed him. But you are certainly welcome to ask around. All are welcome here, so long as they remember to take off their footwear.
This is Ali's room, and that is his computer.
Pretty good setup for a kid.
It is all that is left of his father's business. You really think you will find something on this computer that might help in our search?
There's a chance.
More than a chance. Most kids spend half their lives in cyberspace.
I am not sure Ali would approve. I feel like I am looking through his dresser.
Anything we find will be absolutely discreet.
Yes, well, if there is anything I should know, I have to watch the store.
So, what's the drill?
First off, check his email. Then look at the history of website visits. Then check the cache, provided he hasn't deleted them. Oh, well, this is going to be a piece of cake. Kid didn't even protect his password.
Anything interesting?
Well, let me get a few screens going. Oh.
Listen, if there's porn sites...
No porn. It's worse.
Worse?
Well, listen to this. Bush, who are you, you little dwarf, to threaten Mohammed and his sons?
He wrote that?
Nope. It's just on a news group he subscribes to. And this just in. O Apostle, rouse the believers to the fight.
What's that?
A website devoted to the Quran's many calls for holy war. But this is the kicker. An email to ygoba@hotmail.com.
Ygoba? That's a code?
I'm thinking Yeha-Goba. He was in the terrorist cell from Buffalo.
The Lackawanna 6?
Oh, well, there's a good one. On martyrdom.
Iska Warren, have you found anything?
There are a few things.
He did a lot of research for school.
Ah, yes. He used the computer for that.
Yeah, it's a great tool for research.
You're getting ahead of yourself.
And you are awful naive for a guy with so much life experience.
Hey, Jolene, over here. He's just a kid.
With a scary internet profile. Hi.
Hi.
You're jumping to conclusions. I mean, we were on his computer for what, a couple of minutes?
What do you want me to do? Walk his mother through her son's clandestine life, step by step?
What are you two fighting about?
Anyway, I emailed all the juiciest stuff to myself. We'll have all the time in the world to pick it apart.
You what?
Hey, am I invisible or something?
Just because he's a neighbor and you feel sorry for his mom.
He's just a kid.
Every day, kids like him strap plastic explosives around themselves and get on buses full of women and children.
This is Toronto, not Tel Aviv.
Yeah, and the World Trade Center was in Bethlehem.
Will you two stop it? People are starting to stare.
Sorry. There's this kid I know. He's gone missing. Malcolm was helping me look for him until he got a look at the kid's computer.
Which gave me the creeps.
Why?
Charlie forgot to tell you. This kid's a Muslim.
And that makes him some kind of monster.
Well, you gotta wonder, huh?
You can't be serious.
I am. There's a kind of mental illness in the air right now, and it's spreading from mosque to mosque all over the world. It's in the paper every day, and ignoring it won't make it go away.
You're blaming the whole Muslim community for the actions of a few zealots?
The Muslim community invented terrorism. Remember the assassins? Suicide bombers without the bombs.
Remember Samson? Pulled down a whole stadium on himself and the Philistines. That was what? Mass murder. A couple of 1,000 years before Mohammed trod the planet.
Now there's a side of you I've never seen before.
Which side is that?
Is it Israel you hate or just Jews in general?
Malcolm! How dare you?
Whoa.
I wish you could hear yourself. It's sickening. And you, Charlie, you're baiting him. You think that's going to solve your problems?
No.
Well, I think you both better take a pill and just order something to eat.
Forget it. I'm not hungry.
Forget it, fatty cat. You don't get supper for another hour. Stitch in time,
I trusted you.
Miriam?
They come. The police, they come. They take my husband. They take my son.
Miriam, calm down.
Soon it is my turn. They'll put me in a chicken wire cage.
Tell me what happened.
They took Ali's computer and everything else. Everything in his room. I asked them, what have you done with my son? They wouldn't tell me.
Did they have a warrant?
Yes, I have it. Here.
I'd like to see what it says.
Why do you want to see it? You sent them, didn't you?
Malcolm?
Charlie, look, about the other day...
Who'd you tell?
Tell?
About Ali's computer.
Nobody.
Because they raided Miriam's place and took it.
When?
Last night.
Who are they?
I don't know. I mean, have you ever seen a warrant this vaguely worded?
Pursuant to an ongoing investigation under Bill 17?
The Anti-Terrorist Act.
I know. But why would they bother?
To get the same information you found.
Under Bill 17, they could have taken it all through Ali's server. Nobody would even know what happened. And if they did, they'd know it was all useless.
It is?
You were right. Once you look carefully, you realize the kid was all over the net looking for answers. But on a hit-by-hit basis, the moderate sites won hands down.
And the news group?
I actually found a posting from Ali. Turns out he thought the guy was a creep.
So, you got something in common.
Yeah. Looks like I couldn't have been more wrong about the kid. And one last thing. Wygaba@hotmail.com. Yasmin Goba. A girl from school. No relation to Yeha-Goba or anyone in the Lacka-Wacko 6.
So, why take the computer?
Because they knew we'd been looking at it.
Hello?
Jolene, I was hoping I'd catch you.
I just got in. Where are you calling from?
Payphone down by the lakeshore. Odds are my line is tapped.
Tapped?
Yeah, and I'm being followed.
By who?
I don't know, but I am definitely being followed. All day. A blue Ford Tempo. License 234 JAE.
Got it. Want me to run the plates?
Yeah, but more important, I want you to tail the guys who were tailing me.
Now?
Why, you got something on?
No, I can do it.
Okay. Now, I'm going to run them around the East End for a while and give you time to get into position. Then I'm going home and turning in for the night.
What if they just stay outside all night, watching?
It's been the same 2 guys all the time.
No backup?
Looks that way. Once I hit the hay, I'm betting they'll want to do the same.
And what if you're wrong?
Well, if I were you, I'd bring a thermos.
Right. I'll be at your place in half an hour.
Oh, how'd it go?
You were right. Around 12:30 they pulled out. First stop, a parking lot down off Commissioner's.
Nobody there that time of night?
There was a car, with a woman in the driver's seat. The guys got out, got in with her, and had a talk. About 5 minutes later, they got back into their car, and both vehicles took off.
You get the plate number on the other car?
Yeah. Then our guys went home. First guy lives in Etobicoke. The driver lives in North York.
So you got addresses and plate numbers?
Yeah, I ran the works. Then checked a few immigration files. The guys? Abdi Abukar and Jabril Osman, cousins.
Both Somalis?
Yeah. And their car is registered to another cousin, Ibrahim Hassan.
From the mosque?
Yeah, and guess what? I tried to run the plate on the other car. It came up classified.
Once again, I must mutter, this is nuts.
Come on, Malcolm. All we want is the truth.
And the truth is, this is nuts. I mean, I'm happy to crack open the life of some Muslim fanatic. Nothing would bring me greater joy, but Ibrahim Hassan, he's a poster boy for the cultural mosaic. He speaks at the Jewish National Congress. He's CSIS.
Why do you think he's CSIS?
Not him, her. The woman in the other car. I just tried to hack my way past the classified tag on her plate. There. See that security block? That's CSIS.
You sure?
It's CSIS. It's CSIS. There's a pattern. I know it. I think I'll leave this site. Right now.
Okay, someone from CSIS drove the second car. Who?
Hey, I'm a hacker, not God.
You work for CSIS.
That's absurd.
I came to see you and asked about Ali. The next day, your cousins were tailing me. So I returned the favor. A friend of mine followed them to a meeting with a CSIS agent. They work for you. You work for CSIS. Follow my logic?
Yes, but you are wrong. I am a Canadian citizen. CSIS works for me.
You helped them take Ali, didn't you?
Yes. Look, Mr. McMahon, people are very angry right now. Rightfully so. But thus far, radical elements have made no headway here, and I plan to keep it that way. CSIS needs informed opinion on important issues. I need their support to protect my community.
Sure, it's a symbiotic relationship and nothing to be ashamed of, in theory. But some of your parishioners wouldn't agree, especially if they knew what happened to Ali.
I don't know what happened to Ali.
Look, I don't want to compromise your position, but I am going to find out what happened to that boy, and if that means going to the press, I will. And then you'll be of use to no one.
They asked me to get Ali to meet with them. I thought they'd question him and let him go.
Yeah, but they didn't. Where is he?
I don't know. Ask her, the agent. Her name is Jennifer Fernandez. Make her tell you.
Fernandez. I will. Excuse me, Miss Fernandez?
I'm sorry, I don't think...
Oh, come on. You know who I am. You've had me followed.
You're wrong.
Then what was that meeting on Commissioner's Drive all about?
I found out what the Somalis were doing and told them to lay off.
They were following me all on their own?
That's right. Their initiative.
Why?
They were afraid of what you'd find out.
Why would they be afraid of me?
I showed them your file.
My file? Look, what happened to Ali Rashad?
None of your business. And if you continue to interfere with the operations of my department...
I haven't even begun to interfere with the operations of your department. And I'm not going away until I can tell his mother what has happened to her boy.
Get out of my way.
I got you tied to the disappearance of the kid, I got you tied to the mosque, and I've got the cell number of a very inquisitive investigative journalist in my pocket.
I told you to get out of my way.
Why don't I just make the... What the hell?
Charles McMahon, you are under arrest for violations pursuant to the Anti-Terrorism Act of 2002. You have the right
Hold
to
it
remain...
right there!
What in the name of...
Stand up and step away from that man.
You're obstructing a federal officer in the execution
Jennifer
of a...
Fernandez, you are under arrest for the abduction of Ali Rashad.
You can't arrest me. I'm arresting him.
You can't arrest him. You're under arrest.
This is absurd.
No doubt about it. But since I'm the one with the gun, let's just sort this out at Station 15.
Nobody comes in. Nobody. I don't like this one little bit. This is not the way my life is supposed to be going, Charlie.
She's admitted to abducting a minor.
She's a CSIS operative, for God's sake.
That doesn't put her above the law.
Kirk, will you explain the facts of life to these yahoos?
Kirk? You know each other?
Who do you think I called the other day to ask about the kid?
You knew all along.
I couldn't tell you even if I did. Look, I'm sure we can get this straightened out. The kid's okay, isn't he?
Of course.
Then I want to see him, now.
I'm afraid that's impossible.
You produce him or I'm charging you with kidnapping a minor.
And as I've already mentioned, I'm charging you both under the Anti-Terrorism Act of 2002.
And I'm phoning my lawyer right now.
Charlie, put down that phone. Jennifer, why can't you just produce the kid?
Because I don't have him.
But he's all right, isn't he?
I can provide a notarized doctor's certificate.
Somehow I don't think that'll satisfy his mother.
He's in Buffalo.
You took him into the States?
Read the affidavit.
He went there voluntarily for questioning by the FBI. In relation to what?
We believe he's been in communication with a terrorist cell in Upper New York State.
You gave him to the Yanks.
What's the matter? Can't you read?
Oh, he went there voluntarily, after you had him in illegal custody for, 3 days?
Technically, under the new act.
Don't give me that. We all know what you can do to a kid in 3 days of intense questioning.
You break him into 1,000 little pieces and put him back together again. Any way you want.
Be that as it may, Ali is fully cooperating with the American authorities. Case closed. Now can I go?
What about his mother?
She'll get a call.
Will they let her see him?
No, not until his release.
And when will that be?
When they're finished. Unless it turns out he's violated the Homeland Security Act.
Hold it. Are you suggesting Ali may be charged with some kind of... I don't know what?
My colleagues in the FBI are concerned about the family's involvement with al-Barakat.
We, us, the Canadian government, decided his father was totally innocent.
We chose not to extradite. That's not quite the same thing. And some of his internet activity is questionable.
They can charge a kid who's been messing around on his computer in downtown Toronto with violating a law in the U.S.?
That can't be right. He'd have to be legally extradited.
Yeah, well, you know what they say. Possession is 9/10 of the law.
Don't sweat it, Charlie. I mean, it's not like he's been snatched by the PLO, right? It's America. He'll be fine.
You have been listening to Security, this week's episode of The Old Guy by Paul Ledoux. Featured in the cast tonight, Robert Haley as Charlie McMahon, William Colgate as Kirk, Ryan Rogerson as Malcolm, Karen Glaive as Jolene. With them, you also heard Camille James as Miriam Abbey, Marvin Ishmael as Abraham Hassan, and Julie Stewart as Jennifer Fernandez. The music was composed and conducted by Milan Kimlicka. The recording engineer was Wayne Richards. Sound effects were by Matt Wilcott. Colleen Woods was the associate producer. Our coordinating producer is Barry Morgan. The program was produced and directed in Toronto by Bill Howell, the executive producer of The Mystery Project. I'm Bob Boving, thanking you for listening and inviting your comments. See you next week. Robert Haley stars as Charlie McMahon in By the Book.
Pretty swanky.
These places give me hives.
Charlie, they burn the best steak in the city.
Yeah, and a slab of sirloin costs as much as the national debt of Botswana.
Enjoy, Charlie. It's not every day your old partner makes deputy chief, and the new chief ain't gonna last. Cheers.
Cheers. What do you mean he isn't gonna last?
DeMarco is a menace. And pompous? You, sir, have done this great city a great service, and together we will heal the festering sore of disloyalty that has so corrupted this service.
Festering sore?
We're diseased. He blames the union.
The union?
When police officers second-guess the chain of command, anarchy hovers in dark shadows, a snarling grin upon its slavering lips.
He didn't say that.
Words to that effect. He has decreed that the union must be brought to heel.
Oh, that means going mano a mano with Cliff Stark.
He relishes the engagement. And if an officer so much as wears non-regulation socks, I've been ordered to nail him or her to the wall.
He's going to treat the service like an army boot camp?
That's right. Break their spirit, then build everyone up again in his own image. And he expects me to play drill sergeant? Please.
He wants a complete statistical analysis of time usage and charge-to-conviction ratios for the whole section.
Paperwork has tripled at the 15, too.
And regulations? He called for a full dress inspection at HQ, and I got chewed out for not being able to produce my gloves. I work in computer crime, for God's sake. I don't need my mittens.
Sorry I'm late.
Hi, Charlie. We had to order. Got to be back at our desks by 1:45.
Oh, the general cracking the whip?
A cat o' nine tails with knots.
The guy's an idiot.
Hey, he was the point guy in the Somalia inquiry and has 20 years under his belt with the Judge Advocate General.
It's great PR, but T.O. ain't CFB Petawawa.
Cliff is having a bird.
Hey, having a bird over a turkey.
Thanks for the lift, Charlie.
Can't believe you're not allowed to take the van to lunch.
Not company business, is it? Hey, over here! Mary, what's happening? The side exit, hurry! What? It's really bad. Hurry! Stand back! I'm going with them!
You've done all you can, Mary.
I have to be with them.
It's too late.
Jolene, take her. Hi, I'm Charlie McMahon.
Corey Morris.
What happened, Corey?
We were both working on these damn reports. He went out back to get some paper. I heard a pop, ran back there, and...
I was in the coffee room when Corey yelled, and we all went back, and Pete shot himself.
Hang on, Mary, hang on.
He didn't need to. It wasn't worth his life.
The chief pounded Pete into his grave, and you helped him do it.
For God's sake, Morris, cops commit suicide almost as often as dentists.
Exactly. The job's a killer without the pressure DeMarco's been putting on everybody.
So you're going after DeMarco?
Damn right we are. The workload's too big.
According to the collective agreement...
What the hell with that? DeMarco's trying to teach us a lesson. Well, I'm going to teach him what it feels like to be crucified in the Toronto Star.
At least talk to him before you drag the service back into the gutter.
So, now it's my fault.
Boys, can we take the temperature down a few degrees? The whole bar's watching.
Good thing. They all know what needs to happen.
Yeah, and what's that?
No more BS reports. Right, boys? Enough is enough.
Don't push me, kid. I'll push back.
That's so.
Corey, let me handle this.
Fine, but I'm not writing any more useless reports. And there's an election coming up.
Well,
are we happy now?
I'm sorry, but this is my division, and I can't put up with that kind of guff. Listen, Cliff, I can deal with DeMarco, but it's going to take time. Cut me some slack, okay?
Look around this bar, Kirk. These guys are mad as hell, and I've got to do something about it.
You've been playing into DeMarco's hand. You know he's after the union. Anyway, everybody's assuming that Pete's decision was caused by job pressure. For all we know, it's something personal, or maybe something worse.
What's that supposed to mean?
I keep thinking about Chief Bartlett.
You're saying Pete went bad and killed himself because it was going to come out?
Back at the station, Mary said he didn't need to. It wasn't worth his life.
Oh, damn it all. He was dirty?
I don't know. I just think we need to check it out before you both hang yourselves out to dry.
Dad says I've got to eat. Ugh, it's hard, eh? Everything tastes like ashes.
How's your father doing, anyway?
Dad? Oh, good days, bad days. Life is just so... Sorry. I'm pretty messed up. Pete and I were in the same cruiser for 5 years. Was there anything he said that made you think... Nothing. He was a good officer doing a good job.
How is he doing at home?
He was a cop. It's not easy, but he loved his family.
It's okay. The new chief's program, I guess it's taken a toll.
Knowing somebody was second-guessing your every move, it wasn't pleasant, but Pete was used to pressure.
The day he died, you said he didn't need to. It wasn't worth his life.
I don't know what I said. My partner just killed himself, for God's sake.
What's this all about?
Oh, they're grilling me about Pete. We're not grilling you, Mary. We're trying to help.
You can help by leaving her alone.
I'm sorry. We didn't mean to cause...
I got your number, McMahon. You're a frustrated old guy who blew your own career, so now you get your jollies bringing other officers down.
That's not fair.
No? Doug Gardner, Barry Doyle, Gordy Newman, Chief Bartlett?
Those guys were all in trouble, one way or the other.
Yeah, and how about Cliff Stark? Word is you tried to pin a murder on him.
Charlie saved Cliff's job.
Oh, well, thanks from every cop on the force.
I was doing what I thought was right.
You're not gonna destroy Pete Miller's rep, you hear me? Come on, Mary. I'll drive you home.
I'm sorry, Mary. I'll call.
I told you, leave her alone.
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I wish I really believed that.
Well, just so long as he doesn't get suicidal.
I'm serious, Malcolm. I've never seen Charlie that low. It was like he got kicked in the head.
So what's the issue here? We should protect all cops, no matter what they do? Because they're cops?
That is the issue. Nobody wants to admit it.
Admit what?
That the guy your life depends on can't be trusted.
You don't want to hope the guy isn't corrupt. You want to know it. Unless you're corrupt yourself.
You think Pete Miller was corrupt?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. And to tell the truth, I hate it.
You got anything?
I ran his arrest records through the system looking for any significant statistical variance. Nothing. Very encouraging. But then something else caught my eye.
What's that?
Accident reports. Pete Miller was writing an awful lot of accident reports. Twice the divisional average. You need an accident report to file an insurance claim. Okay, Josie, I gotta go. Thanks for the help. It's kind of fun to be working the street, even if I have to jam it into my lunch break.
Hey, you can get a really good roadie over there. Later. So what'd you find out?
Everybody loves Pete, except for crack dealers and ladies of the morning.
Ladies of the morning?
They work the day shift. Pete used to park on the corner there, scaring off the Johns. That girl I was talking to, she says Pete and a tow truck guy she serviced were in business together.
What kind of business?
Well, let's put it this way. The guy's brother owned a body shop.
Look, Corey, I'm as cheesed as anyone, but a wildcat strike isn't going to help. I am not going to let them get away with it, but I'm not going off half-cocked either. I got plans. When they're solid, you'll be the first to know. That guy hasn't been to a union meeting in 6 years, and suddenly he's the ghost of Joe Hill.
Who was it?
The constable who found Pete Miller.
Corey Morris? Yesterday he tore a strip off Charlie.
Yeah, I just heard the replay.
Why didn't you set him straight?
He's not worth the trouble. What's happening?
Well, Pete was writing up fake insurance reports. Malcolm's got a long list of claims all tied to the same body shop. And confirmation on the street.
I hate this. Mary Harris in on it?
Even if she wasn't.
She had to be aware something was going on. I used to know her dad, Walter.
We all do.
He was a good cop.
I'd just like to let the whole thing slide. Pete's got a wife and kids. Mary has her own problems. And it's all so penny ante.
Can't do that. Look at the paper.
Last Friday afternoon, an exhausted and demoralized police constable walked into a storage room at Station 15. Did Corey make this happen?
I don't know, but they sure as hell go to town on DeMarco. Call him a tin pot martinet. It also predicts we'll walk out by the weekend. And we will, too, if that keeps up.
And when it comes out, Pete was dirty?
The chief will win. His methods are exposing corruption in the service.
It's a lose-lose situation.
Yeah. What's Charlie think?
I don't know. He's not answering his phone.
Perfect.
Nice bird. It's,
Cockatoo. Dad gave him to me.
Did you teach it how to talk?
As you picks things up, you know, people can't help themselves. Pretty bird, pretty bird.
So how's your dad?
He's not getting any better, but he's fine.
Good. Well, give him my best.
Right. So, what's this about, Charlie?
It's about the other day. I owe you an apology.
It's okay. I know you didn't mean to.
No, but I did. It's the way my mind works now. Everywhere I look, I see shadows. And Corey's right. I mean, I'm not on the job anymore. I shouldn't get messed up in this stuff. But I never set out to get anybody. It's just all I ever want to do is get to the truth.
Yeah, you shouldn't pay too much attention to Corey. He's got a hell of a temper.
Him and Pete must have been pretty tight.
Pete and Corey? Not really.
Oh, so it's more like he's protecting you than Pete.
What do you mean?
If Pete was in trouble, it's going to come out. And people are going to start looking at his partner, right? And there I am, shooting my mouth off in the coffee room.
Pete wasn't doing anything wrong. Even if he was, I didn't know about it. And as for Corey protecting me, I don't know him all that well.
No, sorry. I just thought...
Maybe his behavior has more to do with finding a fellow officer like that, you know?
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I'm just... I don't know, ever since Chief Bartlett, Look, never mind. I'm just glad there's nothing to worry about.
Nothing at all.
Because he was dirty. Second-rate insurance scams. But you know all about that, right?
What are you saying?
I don't want to see you get hurt. If you were to volunteer the information, you know, before it goes any further...
So you want me to rat out my dead partner? Is that what you're saying?
Look, I'm trying to help you. But you've got to give him up, because eventually they'll come after you.
What happened to you? You used to be a cop. Now, you're everything that Corey says. Right.
This better be good.
You just let me know when it's not, and I'll tell them to stop.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Not much in here.
Start from the bottom and work up.
And sneakers.
Anything inside?
Sports socks. Uniform, greatcoat on the back hook, scarf on the left hook. Right hook empty. Check the pockets.
Will do.
Top rack, empty.
You check the ridge at the back?
The ridge at the back?
Come on. Top of the rack at the back. There's a ridge. I used to keep my report book up there.
Pete's report book was in his breast pocket.
Some guys keep two.
Sometimes it's good to have someplace private to keep your personal thoughts.
Nothing personal or private in his coat. One pair of regulation gloves. All other pockets empty.
Great.
What you got?
A pad.
Oh, they're quite a chore to take care of, that's for sure. Pretty.
So, listen, Walt. I have to talk to you about Mary.
She's my little girl.
It's just that her partner, Pete Miller... You know Pete Miller?
Broke him in. Rookie.
Yeah, well, we've got a lot of evidence that he was involved in an insurance scam.
Which one?
Fake accident reports.
Oh, good one. Let me run it down. You got to have a single car incident. Theft, hit and run. I swerved to avoid a drunk driver. Hit a... You know, with the leaves.
Tree.
Drunk driver takes off. That kind of thing.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
You need an officer writing reports for crimes that didn't happen. A partner in a body shop helps. A partner in a chop shop is better.
A chop shop?
Come on, young man. Have I taught you nothing? A chop shop. Tell me.
Come on, Walter. I know the scam.
Then how about you explain it to me, smart guy?
A chop shop is a garage where stolen cars are taken apart to sell for parts.
Or
altered enough so that you can sell it.
See, you know what a chop shop is. How much is Pete making on this scam?
He only charged $30 or $40 a report.
That all?
The claims were small. Cars in need of a little body work, mostly.
Chump change. If you're going to run this insurance scam right, you're going to have a chop shop online. And to make it really worth doing, you need something like a Mercedes LS 328 or a Porsche, one of those $100,000 cars, you know.
No, but I can imagine.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's... Who sang that, Charlie? Some kid I used to work with. How's it go?
I don't sing, Walt.
Oh, too bad.
It's a blessing, really.
As you say so. Anyway, the scam starts with stealing the car, right? You're a stockbroker. Needless to say, you're desperate for money. So you drive your car down to Nashville, sell it for a good price to a chop shop, come home, then report your car stolen to Pete. He doesn't investigate. He just writes it up. No questions asked. And you take the insurance. You pay what you owe on the car, buy some basic transportation, and walk away with a huge wad of cash in your pocket. Say, what's your name again?
Charlie. Charlie McMahon. We worked together at Station 52. I was just starting out.
The kid with the pocket watch. You're the kid with the pocket watch.
Yeah, like I told you. So what do you think?
Oh, I prefer a wristwatch. I drop my pants on the floor and then step on a pocket watch.
No, I meant about Pete.
Sounds like a fool. I know him, don't I?
Yeah, the only thing is, he's dead. And your Mary is his partner.
Oh, no. No way. She's a good girl. Takes good care of us, doesn't she, Juju? Pretty. No way.
Walt, we can't cover it up.
She said she'd take care of me forever. Couldn't do it on her own, though. Hired me a housekeeper. Emmy. You meet Emmy?
Yeah, she let me in.
Good woman, Emmy. Registered nurse. She takes care of me.
You've got to think she's dirty. I mean, she must have known what Pete was doing. And she's got a live-in caretaker for her dad. That's got to cost.
Yeah, but Pete's kept a pretty clear account of what he was up to in his notepad, and there's no mention of her taking a cut.
Besides, the amount Pete was grifting, even if he gave it all to her, it wouldn't cover the cost of the caretaker.
I don't know, but I know for certain she's lying.
About Pete?
Well, probably, but she's definitely lying about her relationship with Corey.
For sure she has a relationship with Corey.
But won't admit it?
Oh, for God's sake, it was pathetic. There she is pretending she hardly knows him, and her parrots...
Cockatoo.
Whatever. Her parrot's going, Corey.
No, I just said it sounded like that, a bit.
You think she's lying on account of a bird?
No, I think she's lying because she's a terrible liar. The other thing was just an observation.
It's an excellent clue, and I'm keeping it. And here are Corey Morris's accident reports. If he was helping her out, and she told him about Pete's scam... Oh.
What?
His accident reports. Below average.
Try something else.
What?
Grand Theft Auto. I practically forgot you can play it that way, too.
Play it?
Fake the theft. Cash the insurance.
Oh, joy. Oh, bliss. How many cops you know have handled cases involving a Porsche, 2 Mercedes, and a Hummer in the last 3 months?
Jolene?
Can I come in?
Sure.
So, we know about the cars.
What cars?
Oh, come on, Mary. We've known each other for too long.
What are you going to do about it?
We thought maybe we could protect you if it's just Pete making a few bucks on the side. At least get you off with a reprimand, but this...
You don't know, Jolene. What it's like, watching a man you love just going away, day by day. And there's nothing you can do but watch it happen and try to make him as comfortable as you can. But you can't. They know, Jolene. Not all the time, but they know.
Alzheimer is hard, I know.
After a while, you can't explain anything to them anymore. You just can't say the words one more time, so you ignore it. And Dad? Oh boy, Dad hates to be ignored. You just get so tired and just... Time. Well, there's no time. There's no time for him. Day, night, just an endless, agonizing now. But nobody can give him what he wants.
He was so sharp and funny, and that was only a couple of years ago.
Sometimes it comes on fast. Sometimes slow, but in the end... Look, I couldn't take care of him, okay? I needed the help, and I couldn't afford it. I didn't know what to do, and then Corey came along. Oh, I'm so sorry, Jolene. I'm so sorry.
We had to hide our relationship in any case, or one of us would have had to take a transfer.
So you just kept it quiet?
Pete knew, of course.
Right. Hard to fool your partner when you're in love.
Where's Morris?
The lockup.
You been charged yet?
He's a good man.
Not yet. But he knows it's coming.
Yeah, except for $400,000 in insurance fraud.
So he's lawyered up?
He did it for me. For my dad.
Yep.
Where'd he get the idea?
From me. I told him what Pete was doing. He just improved on it.
Once the jury hears this story, Walter, Pete's tragedy, and the rest...
They're still going to do some time.
Yeah, maybe some.
Probably nobody would have been the wiser either, if it weren't for Chief DeMarco.
Once we had to start breaking out our cases into categories.
What's going to happen to Walt?
Pete said he was bound to get caught.
Someplace awful. Did you catch that?
So Pete didn't know what you and Corey were into?
No. Corey thought we could dodge the bullet, make a few clerical errors, hide some of the statistics inside other statistics.
He was pretty confident.
Until Pete told me he was going to confess.
What?
I see. Just let me review my notes.
You got something?
Maybe. Hi. Malcolm, I need you to get onto forensics. Get them to review the report on Pete's death. The report I read said there were powder burns on Pete's gloves. Find out if they did a check on his coat sleeves. Okay, thanks.
Coat sleeves?
How many pairs of regular issue gloves do you have, Jolene?
One. Why?
Okay, so Pete didn't know what you were doing, and he told you he was going to turn himself in.
Did you tell Corey?
That's right.
Did you tell Corey what Pete was going to do?
Okay, well, I guess that will be enough for now.
Kirk.
Hi, Corey.
Cliff,
Charlie wanted to see you. I set it up.
I'm not talking to anybody.
That's cool. I just want you to listen.
What are you doing here anyway?
Oh, you know, I'm like the Lone Ranger or something, right?
What do you want?
First off, I want to tell you I appreciate what you were trying to do for Walter and Mary. I went over there to see him a few days back.
Breaks your heart.
Yeah.
She could never have made it without you.
We're talking about something I'm not going to talk about.
Well, I don't want to talk about it either, because I don't want to have anything to do with your trial.
Me neither. Watching DeMarco gloating, knowing what's going to happen to Walter.
Watching Cliff get kicked in the head and the union getting screwed. I hate it. But we're in a fortunate position.
What position is that?
He's in a position to help you.
What?
I gotta go. What he's gonna say, I can't hear. I'll be outside if you need me. Listen to him, Corey.
So?
What you said to me in the bar the other night, it got under my skin. I kept thinking about it. I started to believe you were right. Why was I always bringing down cops? Sure, the guys that got busted were in trouble, but all of them did the job, and that isn't easy.
Go on.
And now I've done it again. Mary is in there spilling her guts, and I get the honor of standing behind the mirror watching her life going down the drain. I hate it.
What's she saying?
Enough. Too much. The worst is she told them about Pete wanting to turn himself in, and that you thought you could have made it through if he just kept his mouth shut.
Is this the part where I say I would have, too, and you can testify I confessed?
They went back and re-examined Pete's uniform. There's powder residue on the glove. That was enough when they thought it was a suicide, but now there's a possibility it's a murder.
What?
There's no powder residue on the sleeve of his jacket. How's that possible, Corey? I mean, the glove stinks of cordite and the sleeve is clean. You put it together.
I don't understand.
It's simple. Whoever shot him was wearing regulation service gloves. Put the gun up to Pete's head, popped him, peeled off the glove, put it on his hand, then called out for help.
That's crazy.
No, not if everybody thinks it's suicide. Why suspect the officer that found him? I mean, what's his motive? But now they got a motive, Corey. Pete's gloves were in his greatcoat pocket, and they're getting a warrant to examine your uniform.
What? No way.
I can't help you, Corey. Don't even want to try. Before they get to your uniform, try and cut a deal.
You have been listening to By the Book, this week's episode of our series, The Old Guy by Paul LeDoux. Featured in the cast tonight, Robert Haley as Charlie McMahon, William Colgate as Kirk, Ryan Rogerson as Malcolm Fieldstein, Karen Glave as Jolene Gray. With them, you also heard Hardy T. Lynham as Cliff Stark, Genevieve Steele as Mary Harris, Greg Spottiswoode as Corey Morris, and Frank Perry as Walter Harris. The music was composed and conducted by Milan Kimlicka. The recording engineer was Wayne Richards. The sound effects were by Matt Wilcott. Colleen Woods was the associate producer. Our coordinating producer is Barry Morgan. The program was produced and directed in Toronto by Bill Howell, the executive producer of The Mystery Project. I'm Bob Boving, thanking you for listening and inviting your comments. See you next week. Robert Haley stars as Charlie McMahon in The Interrogator.
Why don't you believe me?
I'm just taking your statement.
In the box.
It's private.
The interrogation room is the least private space in this police station.
There's no one here but the two of us.
It's a confessional with a two-way mirror.
Do you feel that you have something to confess?
Yeah. I confess that the head of the sexual offenses squad tried to rape me. What are you going to do about it?
First, I'm going to finish taking your statement.
I already gave you my statement. A bunch of us were down at Joe's doing the TGIF thing. Hughes offered me a ride home. Instead, he took me down to the lakeshore and tried to jump me. I fought him off. He chucked me out of his car. I called in the complaint.
This morning?
That's right.
You should know better than that.
Look, he was a senior officer. I knew what would happen if I called it in.
What would happen?
This would happen. I had to think it over. Come the morning, I knew what I had to do. Look, has he been picked up or what?
He's come in for questioning.
For questioning?
We need to get the facts clear before we proceed. Let's start at Joe's. That is a sports bar frequented by police officers?
Yeah.
Do you spend a lot of time at Joe's?
Where's this going?
I'm just gathering background information.
I know where this is going. I go to Joe's occasionally, less than most. On a really crazy night, I have maybe 3 beers. That's my limit.
How about last night?
What about it?
You had 3 beers?
Yeah.
You're sure?
Yes, I'm sure. I was feeling a bit sick to my stomach, so I switched to Perrier.
I see. You were feeling sick from the beer, so you switched.
Feeling sick had nothing to do with the beer.
Sorry. I thought that's what you meant.
I wasn't impaired.
But you didn't feel well.
Right.
So you asked Detective Hughes to take you home?
No. I was leaving and he offered me a ride. I left the bar around 11. He followed me out and asked which way I was headed. I told him, and he said he was going my way.
So you got in his car willingly?
He was a fellow officer, not some stranger with a bag of peppermints.
And in your opinion,
Was Detective Hughes intoxicated?
I wouldn't have taken a ride if I thought he was intoxicated.
Fine. What happened then?
I already told you.
I need more details.
He took me down to Lakeshore, down by the pavilion. You know the parking lot?
Right. Now, Jolton Joe's is where?
Dundas, east of Dufferin.
And you live in the East End. When did you first notice you were heading west?
As soon as we pulled out of the lot.
Did you say anything?
He told me he wanted me to take a tour.
Take a tour?
He wanted to get a surveillance unit to stake out a motel. Told me he had a case. A serial rapist who was targeting working girls on the Humber Strip.
So, he was talking shop.
That's right.
And you're ambitious enough to want to take a tour.
Look, lady, I'm getting awfully tired of
It's late at night. The guy pulls into a deserted parking lot. Why?
We cased the motel. Then I told him I wanted to go home. I had a headache. He said, let's get some air.
And this was when? Shortly after midnight?
I'm not sure.
But you went down to the boardwalk.
That's right.
And that's where
we sat down on a bench. He told me he'd been watching me. Said he thought I had a great career ahead of me.
He say why?
Look, I was tired. I don't remember every exact detail of what happened. We talked a while, watched the lights on the water, then I turned to look at him and he had his zipper down.
Right there in a public place?
It was the middle of the night.
Then what?
I asked him what he thought he was doing. He asked me if I liked it.
And you said?
I stood up and I started to walk away. Then he came after me. Next thing I know, I'm on the ground and Detective Hughes is all over me.
Then what?
He's not in great shape. I heard him. Got up, grabbed my purse out of the car, ran to the nearest motel and got a cab.
You went home?
That's right.
And didn't call in the report until morning?
I already told you.
That's the problem, right? You issued your complaint just a little too late for it to be credible.
You don't know. You don't know what it's like.
Don't I?
When you've been sexually assaulted, you don't think straight. Not right after. I was lucky, but I didn't understand what had happened. I couldn't believe it. I was afraid. Why are you doing this to me?
To help you. If we charge Hughes, the defense is going to be all over you. You know that, Constable. I mean, that's mostly why you're afraid, isn't it?
That's part of it. Sure. Look, is there anybody on the other side of that glass?
Sounds like you've interviewed a lot of rape victims.
A few. Who's listening to this?
So you know how the story goes.
That's it. I'm out of here.
You're dropping the charges?
No. You got enough. You all do. Put him away. I knew you'd be in here.
I have to monitor internal affairs investigations. It's part of my mandate. Besides, I'm watching out for you.
Has she even talked to Hughes?
She took his preliminary statement.
When's he coming in?
Actually, he's in custody already. She's going to interview him next.
This should be good.
Jolene, I can't let you stay in here.
Why not?
You can't listen to his statement.
He's gonna lie.
Yeah, everybody lies in the box. That's not the point. You listen to him, you're totally tainted as a witness. You don't want that, do you?
What's the difference? I've already been turned into the criminal.
Get your head together, Constable. You know procedure, and if you let this get personal...
It is personal.
If you let this get personal, what you're afraid is going to happen...
What's that?
What you're afraid is going to happen will. Now get out of here and let internal affairs do what they are paid to do.
Fine.
Oh, man.
Stitch-in-time clocks.
Charlie, we got a situation. I think I'm going to need your help.
I'm sorry, but we have to go over it one more time.
Not a problem.
So, you went to the bar at...
About 10:30. 22:30. I've been working a case and there was a fellow I wanted to check up on.
Met my informant at 10. After figured, Friday night, I earned a beer.
And when you arrived?
Like I say, it was around 10:30. A lot of guys had been there since they came off shift.
So they'd been drinking for...
Up to 5 hours. Not that everybody in the bar was intoxicated, but like I say, it's Friday night.
Right. So, you met Constable Gray at the bar?
Yeah, I was getting a Sleeman's. She was there with that pal of hers, Malcolm.
Constable Fieldstein.
Yeah, the nerdy guy from computer crime. They were both pretty plowed.
Why did you form that opinion?
Good. You forgot to ask me that last time. Well, it wasn't so much him as her. Slurring her words, lots of volume in the vocal, really wanted to dance.
With you?
With anyone. Anyway, I had a couple of beers, was headed home. I go outside, she's trying to flag a cab. Asked me which way I was going.
And you offered her a lift?
Yeah, well, to tell the truth, the way she was weaving around, I figured I'd better get her off that corner ASAP. So she gets in the car. I ask her which way, and she says go right. So I do.
That's west.
Yeah.
Though she lives in the East End.
I didn't know that at the time. Anyway, she was just giving directions. Left, right, like that. So before you know it, we're down on the lake shore, and she says, pull over.
Did she say why?
She said she was lost. Pull over while she figured it out.
So you pulled into the parking lot?
That's right. Beside the pavilion. I park, and I'm asking her, what's her address? But before I can even get that out, she's out of the cart, half running, half falling, headed for the beach, saying, a swim will clear our heads. A swim.
At this time of year?
Exactly. So I've got to get her back in the car, right? I get out and go after her. Catch her down by the boardwalk.
There was no one around?
Thank God. Because by now she's got her jacket off and she's pulling off her sweater. So I grab her by the arm and I say basically, it's time to go home. And then it happens.
I need you to be very clear about this part.
Sure. She says, you don't have to take me home. We can do whatever you want to do right here. Then she throws her arms around me, tries to kiss me. I back off. I'm trying to joke my way out of it, I'm a married man. Anyway, the ground's kind of uneven. I trip and fall backwards.
So, you're on the ground?
That's right. I'm on my back on the ground.
That's a fairly vulnerable position to get yourself in?
I'll say. Especially when you're fighting off an amorous drunk.
You were fighting her off.
Well, it ended up that way. I'm lying there on my arse in the wet grass, and she's standing over me half naked. Well, I started to laugh.
You laughed at her?
Well, no, I didn't laugh at her. It was just a situation.
Yeah. Well, hell hath no fury.
No kidding. She went crazy, started putting the boots to me, See here?
That's quite a bruise.
Yeah, she had on these pointy-toed boots. Centimeter to the left, could have lost my eye.
So, you had to subdue her.
At that point, I half wanted to kill her.
You mean that metaphorically, don't you?
Well, how else am I going to mean it? We got tape rolling, don't we? And Kirk behind the glass?
Funny, this two-way mirror thing doesn't play all that well with cops.
Yeah, funny about that.
Look, all I wanted to achieve was... I wanted to protect myself.
Which is a proper response, as long as you didn't use undue force.
She's coaching him.
Close to it. And you should have heard her go after Jolene.
I didn't. I got a hold of her foot, flipped her onto the grass, and got up.
Anybody check out the crime scene?
I sent a couple of uniforms down there with Jolene. The way it's been raining, you couldn't tell much. CSI may have more later in the day.
And then what?
I got out of there.
Right. Why didn't you report the incident?
Oh, the kid had a couple of drinks too many. I figured, why ruin a reputation and put a blot on a record? We all make mistakes, right?
I don't think you appreciate how serious this is, Detective Hughes.
It's nuts. You know me, Frida. I've got no interest in a damp grass quickie with some pie-eyed rookie. Give him my position.
Frida?
Guy's been on the job long enough, we all know him. You included.
She is an attractive woman.
Not my type. And even if I had an interest in Constable Gray, I sure as hell wouldn't risk getting caught with my pants down in a public park.
It's still your word against hers.
Yeah. Good-looking young girl. Slightly overweight guy who's lost most of his hair. She came on to me? Right.
Look, I'm going to have to proceed with this charge, but if what you're saying is true, I think you have no option but to file countercharges against Constable Gray.
Okay, that's crossing the line.
No, she's right. He's making some serious charges himself. They'll have to be investigated.
Such as?
Common assault, filing a false report, something like that.
I'll consider it. In the meantime, I've got work to do. Unless you've got more questions.
No, that's fine for now. Thanks for your cooperation.
Hey, I've got nothing to hide. And thank you for listening with an open mind.
That person Hughes was describing, that wasn't Constable Jolene Gray.
Tell me about it. We're talking about an officer I'm sure starches her socks.
I've got to talk to Malcolm about Friday night. And Jolene.
Yeah, I would too. Because the way she stormed out of here, you just know there's going to be trouble. And if Hughes launches countercharges, it's going to get very ugly.
Okay. I'll give the kids a call and see if I can...
Yeah.
Hi, Kirk. I wonder if you can set up a meeting with this Constable Fields. Sorry, I don't think we've met.
Charlie McMahon.
Yeah, Charlie, this is Detective Thompson, Internal Affairs. Charlie just dropped in to pick me up. Lunch. Would you...
Sorry, I've got plans. You've worked with Jolene Gray, haven't you?
Well, yeah, we've done a few things together.
And you were listening to my interview with Detective Hughes.
He just caught the tail end as he was coming in.
I see. Well, since you're an old guy, I don't have to caution you not to discuss anything you might have overheard with Constable Gray. It could seriously compromise my investigation.
Well, that goes without saying.
Yeah, Charlie's a soul of discretion.
I couldn't help wonder, though.
Wonder?
When I came in, the detective was telling you he fell backwards, trying to get away from Constable Gray.
That's correct.
And then she started kicking him.
And?
And I couldn't help wondering why you didn't make an effort to get him to turn over the clothes he was wearing that night. Grass stains, mud patterns might help verify the facts.
Or blow his story out of the water.
You're right. I should have picked up on that. I'll contact Detective Hughes this afternoon and ask him to bring in the clothing, and I'll ask Constable Gray to do the same.
Yeah, a case like this, you gotta play it very neutral.
Yes, well, I must be going. It was a pleasure to meet you, Mr. McMahon. We've been following your exploits closely at Internal. It's nice to put a face to the guy who's been doing our job for us.
Hardly.
In this situation, I'll have to insist that you do nothing at all. It's my case, what there is of it.
You don't seem to be convinced that Jolene is telling the truth.
It all comes down to who tells the more convincing story. And you're Constable Gray? She's hiding something. I know it.
She was drunk?
What can I tell you? She was having a very good time. It was kind of fun, you know. She even made me dance. And Jolene doesn't dance.
Didn't you think it was kind of weird?
She was having fun. How weird can that be?
Yeah, well, how much did she have to drink?
Well, less than me, that's for sure. But I don't know. We were playing darts, talking to people. I wasn't at her side every moment of the night.
How about Larry Hughes? Was he by her side?
On and off. First at the bar. Later they shot some pool. He bought her a beer, I think.
Bought her a beer?
Well, they were shooting pool. Jolene's a shark. He had his name up on the board, so after she destroyed moi, they played, and she won.
And you were playing for beers?
Hey, it's not playing if you're not playing for beers. Anyway, he bought her a beer, asked for a rematch, but she wanted a break, so she gave him the table.
Was she already in her cups at that point?
Not the way she was shooting. It was maybe half hour after that she started to get playful.
Hughes says she was laying it on pretty thick.
Well, so what? Nobody buys into that she really wanted a crap anymore, do they?
You haven't met the Internal Affairs investigator yet. She claims Jolene's hiding something.
Like what?
I don't know. But Kirk showed me the tape of her statement, and I tend to agree.
We brought blueberry bagels.
What are you guys doing here?
Thought we might be able to do brunch, you know. Drink too much coffee, kick around the details of your latest adventure.
I don't want to talk about it.
As if you have a choice. They want me to come in first thing tomorrow, tell them about your erratic behavior at Joe's.
What?
And by the way, I hope you haven't washed the clothes you were wearing on Friday night.
No, they're in the bin, but...
Good, because it might be an excellent idea to take them into CSI tomorrow.
Why?
Sorry, I can't tell you. But it would be prudent to build up all the evidence you can against this guy.
Because let's face it, sex crimes are his life, and he does not plan to go down for this.
But we have other plans. So tell us what really happened.
What?
What really happened?
I almost got raped. That's what happened.
That's all that happened, right? I mean, if there's something more and you're holding back...
I almost got raped. I fought the guy off. That's it.
You didn't call it in Friday night.
That's not the way you work, Jolene. Talk.
Toast your bagels, Malcolm. I've got someplace to be.
Was it because you got drunk?
It was because in the morning I couldn't remember what happened. Took me half the day to piece it together.
Hold on, Jolene. We have to talk...
I know what's going on, Charlie, and you guys can't help me sort it out.
Where are you going?
To sort this out. Keys on the door. Put it back to the mail slot.
I think that went rather well, don't you?
Splendidly. I've never seen her that rattled.
I'm not surprised. I mean, a blackout? What's wrong with this picture? A 3-beer night is wild times for Jolene.
Since when do you black out on 3 pints of beer?
You don't. I think it was roofies.
Roofies?
What?
A sedative, 10 times stronger than Valium.
Rohypnol.
But that's a date rape drug, isn't it?
No taste, no odor, and a 2-milligram dose along with a couple of drinks is enough to push you into oblivion. About 10 minutes after you take it.
Roofies? I never heard Rohypnol called roofies.
I'm not familiar with the nickname.
You need to hang around UOT more. Keep up on your slang.
I'll make a note of that.
So somebody slipped Jolene a Mickey.
Like maybe Larry Hughes.
So you think Detective Hughes gave Constable Gray a roofie?
He bought her a drink.
So did you.
Yeah, but an hour later. I wasn't in a car with her down on the lakeshore making my smoothest move.
Of course, we don't have any proof that she was under the influence of the drug.
She was.
That shouldn't be a big deal. What's it take, a blood test?
Yeah, but it is a big deal. Rohypnol is only detectable in the blood for 70 hours after ingestion.
Fine, assuming that can be proven. This is a drug that lowers inhibitions, alters judgment. Now, Detective Hughes claims Constable Gray was behaving in an erratic manner, which he took to be alcohol-induced.
Time's running out, and we can't find Jolene.
Right.
You can't find her.
She'll turn up.
It just strikes me that Hughes' story is no less credible simply because the source of her intoxication was drug-related. Unless we can establish...
That he had access to the drug?
Exactly.
Last year, Hughes was involved in a joint operation with narcotics. They knocked over a lab that had been turning out roofies like there was no tomorrow. 10,000 tabs.
You're collecting that much evidence. A couple of 100 pills can slip into your pocket real easy.
Yeah, you could steal evidence, or you could buy some roofies in front of the Robarts Library between Soch and Psych 100.
An interesting theory. I understand this drug is readily available on the street.
Yeah, that's true. R2 goes for about $4 a hit, anywhere.
R2?
Roofies. Another street name.
He knows too much about this drug for it to be healthy.
Hey, the kid's ambitious. You gotta keep current.
McPhee, where in hell are you, Gray? Yeah, here he is. It's for you.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing your theories with this constable.
Jolene, where are you?
At least we've established
Okay,
that
look,
Constable
I
Gray
need
was
you to get to the
intoxicated.
nearest clinic and get a drug test done.
Bit murky.
Rohypnol? You did?
It's called the date rape drug.
Okay, you're a step ahead.
I'll look into it.
What is wrong with you, lady?
Uh-huh.
I'm practically giving you your case on a silver platter, and you say, I'll look into it?
So how'd you figure that out?
Well, it is my case.
Yeah.
I'll deal with it as I see
It
fit.
makes sense.
So, if you don't mind...
This girl is a friend of mine, and this guy, if he pulled this once and gets away with it, eventually he will try again.
Thank you, officer. That is all I need to hear. Now, if you will excuse me.
Incoming at 6 o'clock.
What in hell is going on in this division?
Okay, gotcha. Have to go. Thanks.
You! I figured. I told you not to interfere in this investigation.
Now, Detective...
Actually, Malcolm put it all together by himself. I just encouraged him to share.
And I suppose you've been tampering with my other witnesses as well.
Kirk, that was Jolene on the phone. She got the drug test this afternoon. She was definitely on Rohypnol.
So what?
It's a fairly significant bit of evidence.
Fine, but it's not enough to make a case against Hughes.
By the way, did you ask him about his clothes?
He sent them to the dry cleaner.
Oh, too bad.
Yeah, it's a pity. What were you and Constable Gray talking about just now, other than drug tests?
Jolene didn't wash her stuff, you know. Charlie has some theories there as well.
Does he?
More a question of fact, not theory. Hughes said he fell on his back, she kicked at him, and he flipped her onto the grass. The way her jacket and pants are stained suggests she was the one put down on her back.
If the woman was wrecked on Downers, it's just possible she did some very creative rolling around after Larry left the scene.
Yeah, everything's possible. And as you and Hughes are both so fond of pointing out, he's a senior officer and she's a rookie. But she's a real smart rookie and hasn't been wasting her time this weekend, you know?
No, I don't know.
What did she say, Charlie?
Okay. You gotta figure some guy like Hughes, he didn't all of a sudden turn 49 and start assaulting women. That's not the way it goes, eh?
Not in my experience, no.
So while Frida here spent Sunday baking a ham or watching the Argos, Jolene started digging into Hughes' past.
She has no right.
Spare us, Detective. What did she find?
A series of complaints from when he worked Vice. Hookers, though. You know how that goes.
Yeah, you're up on charges. The first thing you do is claim the cop tried to dry hump you in the back of the paddy wagon. Sometimes it works.
Mostly it doesn't.
Because mostly they're lying. But sometimes they're telling the truth. So Jolene kept asking around. A couple of guys said there'd been some stories. Nothing substantial, nobody making charges, but Larry definitely had a rep.
What kind of a rep?
There was a conference last year in the Muskokas.
A conference in the Muskokas?
Yeah, apparently on the last night there was a party. The usual thing, but it got pretty wild. The word is, one female officer spent the better part of the night with Larry, and something happened.
This is ridiculous. You can't use second-hand stories about things that may or may not have happened, especially at a conference.
She's right about the hearsay, Charlie.
Not if we could find the woman and get her to tell the court what happened that night. If we could do that, we could establish a pattern, and then it's not a question of who you believe anymore, is it? And we can put this creep away.
The defense will ask her why she didn't come forward when it happened. And what will she say?
I don't know. What would you say in her position? You wake up in the morning, your body's covered with bruises, you're sore, inside and out, and you know something awful happened. But you don't know what.
Don't.
Then you get fragments, like little shards of glass stabbing into you. Awful things.
Please.
Things you can't believe are true. But as time goes by, you know they're true. And there's some talk. And if you admit it, even to yourself, if you let that happen, it's all over. That's what you think, isn't it?
You have no idea how hard it is for a woman, how hard it is to get anywhere in this service.
I think I do. I've watched Jolene go through it, and she's just starting out. But she came forward.
She's a fool. They'll never forget none of them.
That's the real terror, isn't it? Everybody knowing what he did. That would never go away.
She's crazy to pursue it. I was trying to show her what it would be like.
Sure, it was for her own good. But the other thing was there, wasn't it? Just under your skin, where it always is. The fear. If Hughes went to trial...
You're the woman, aren't you?
If he went to trial, it would all come out. I know it would. And it would all come out that I didn't turn him in. And... So it happened again. God knows how many times it happened again.
Yeah.
But this time you'll testify. Won't you?
Yes. I have no choice.
You have been listening to The Interrogator, this week's episode of our series, The Old Guy by Paul Ledoux. Featured in the cast tonight, Robert Haley as Charlie McMahon, William Colgate as Kirk, Ryan Rogerson as Malcolm, Karen Glave as Jolene. With them you also heard Fern Downey as Frida Thompson, and John Jarvis as Larry Hughes. The music was composed and conducted by Milan Kimlicka. The recording engineer was Wayne Richards. Sound effects were by Matt Wilcott. Colleen Woods was the associate producer. Our coordinating producer is Barry Morgan. The program was produced and directed in Toronto by Bill Howell, the executive producer of The Mystery Project. I'm Bob Boving, thanking you for listening and inviting your comments. See you next week.